Hello, hello, hello. I believe we are back action, and I have forgotten to put up the chat, so just give me a second. I would like to see what you all have to say. So I just need to get that widget up and running. Just 1 second here. But yeah, we are ready to start the Driver Championship. It's been basically months in the making now because I've just been busy. Every time I just say the words, oh, I have plenty of time, I'll be able to get some videos made, I'll be able to get some streaming done. Life just goes, no, you really aren't. And I was stupid enough to say that in July. We're in September, if I'm not mistaken. Middle of September. That's how long it took for me to actually get back, so that sucks massively. But we are ready now to actually jump into the Drivers' Championship again. We have 17 drivers in the first division, fighting for 10 slots. And we'll see how this goes. We are so back. I see it's a sentiment mirrored in chat. Appreciate that. Yeah. Let us see where we all line up. So currently, we have everything set up here. We have our baller champion in Ferrari. Everything is balanced as it will. But let's just go quickly over the drivers here before we get started. So we have baller champion and Keith Hayes in the Ferrari. We have the Mimic PSV here in McLaren. We have the real Max, not the fake Verstappen, the real one. Red Bull alongside Matheus Mourinho. We have two files, two Cosby, and not the real Cosby. This is also another fake. We also have Haru Urara. The Mercedes, we have the Chowsters, the Chow brothers, if you will. Edster and Poconaldo in the Alpine. David Patch and Dangerman in the Williams. We have Weiss, Dimodome, and the Ethan. I believe I see in chat there. And Has. We have Harman Singh and Pace McFasterson in RB. Pace being one of the extra drivers, basically, because we didn't fill our slots. Same here with Aura Farming and Chrissy Champier. Then we have Bolomolo and Chiari Verdi in the Aston Martin. Now, I've been really lazy here. I just made Kimi Räikkönen and Mark Webber. I know they look like budget versions of themselves for my drivers. Basically, these are the drivers that will be competing over the 10 slots. 17 of them are eligible. The question is just going to be, how will this shape up? The Chow squad, indeed. If we take a quick look here at the calendar, we are going to Miami before we go to Brazil, followed up by Baku, and then we finish off in Austria. We're going to try and get all 4 races done today, hopefully, provided the save file doesn't break. There was, as I mentioned when we set this up, there was the setting where your drivers could choose a debuff for the car. I had to take those debuffs away. Everyone's cars are identical simply because the AI did not like me adding extra parts to make every driver's car quote-unquote unique. So basically here, we have gone ahead and removed that. If you take a look at the cars here, the car analysis, if you will, every team's car is identical. I've already double-checked it, but every car is identical. We are running 20 kilogram cars. I want to see how that works out. But every car is identical here at 70% across the board. Everyone has the same engines. Everyone has perfectly equal, if you will, starting point. And hopefully the AI will not mess it up this time around. Mentality is locked, as usual, to ensure that we don't have mentality playing a part. But with that, I think we are ready to start here. Love the real Max portrait. 2 months to think of 2 good drivers, and you come up with Kimi and Weber. I like Kimi, okay? Like Weber too. They were the first one that popped into my brain when I was making those drivers. Yeah, hello, hello, indeed. Div 2 will be tomorrow, according to the plans. I'm not going to promise anything, because every time I promise that something will happen sometime, life just says, nah, it ain't happening. So hopefully we'll get Div 2 tomorrow around the same time. With that said, let's just jump directly into Miami here and see who will do the best. Now, remember, there is an alternative point system for this season. 10th place is actually the highest paying position in terms of points. 11th and 9th are the second highest paying. We couldn't do 12th or above because of game limitations. But basically, you want to finish either 10th, 11th, or 9th this season as much as possible. We're going to simulate directly qualifying here and jump straight into it. Lowest rated driver, let's go. You did make an interesting fellow, Ethan, I'm not going to lie. I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to work out for you. But yeah, let's just get into Q1 here. I have remembered to get extended UI up and running too. So all is good. And if we take a look here, it's going to remain pretty much the same in terms of water level for the entirety of qualifying. And I'm probably going to butcher some of these names too, so I apologize in advance for the name butchering that is about to occur. We are back and Floof is missing the occasion. Nothing's really changed. I think Floof has an acceptable excuse though. I think Floof is racing on his own, so that makes sense. He's going to miss the Alpine one too. Yes, Keith Hayes has become canonical. I believe Ethan is rated at 69, so he made a bit of a funny joke too with his stats. You're expecting too much from the Chow squad. Well, we will see here. 35.5 in the first sector is the time to beat. So far, the Sauber is the closest driver by quite the margin.
Currently in P1.
As usual, we'll try and speed through the first runs here, the banker laps, if you will. And then we'll take a bit of a closer look a little bit later on. The man, the danger man, has created the first yellow flag. That is irony at the highest level. Just a lockup this time. We'll have to see if Danger Man lives up to, well, the name. Yeah, we can see some gaps here. We have one Sauber driver that is a little bit of a concern at the moment. And again, I need to get my cheat sheet so I can see who that Sauber driver is. Let us check. I believe it's Aura Farming. Or Aura Farmer. One of those. No crash, game's gone. True. Don't forget, Sauber is my Parker's extra. It's true. So, Sauber aren't really in it for the win here, as it turns out. We still have a lot of drivers that haven't actually even set a time. So, this could get very, very interesting. Are they saving tires? Saving those inters for the race, as it turns out. Okay, we see at least one quick here. Then, having a decent pace. There are some quicker ones out there as well. Ethan here is the lowest rated driver of this championship. We're putting in some good qualifying times there. Now, Aura Farmer here is overtuned. They have a little bit more points than the rest of the drivers simply because we wanted to try and focus the player drivers around 10th place. So Aura Farmer is a little bit overtuned, and even then, does get beaten here, as it turns out. Ferrari, the bottler champion here. Oh no. Oh, on the limit. I think the bottle champion here is about to get put into the danger zone already. For those of you who don't know, this is AFN, the king of finishing second. And right now, he's very likely to extend that record. As Singh here is setting a very, very speedy lap. And I think it is going to be quick enough. He will be pushing even me down. That's wild. But 10th quickest. With that, we're going to see some battles here towards the end here, I think. 552 rated. Keith Hayes intense, stop the clock. Never mind. Well, I just realized we have two. We have a champion and a champion. What can the real Max do here? Because we're getting at least a little bit of a closer grid. Maybe not super close, but close enough. Right now, that is just enough to push Ethan out. We are getting ready for the out laps here for the final run. Currently, Singh is the fastest of them all, but you don't want to be faster. You want to be 10th. We currently see the Alpine car. The Alpine car leading everyone out of the pits now. And also getting held up just a little bit, I think. Park now in front of the Haas. Let's see. Aston Martin driver here trying to get out of the danger zone. I don't think that is a good enough first sector. I believe there was some blocking involved, which does tend to happen. Is improving that time though, and the same here for Danger Man. Let's see here. And Aston driver here, who I believe is Chiara Verdi. Get through to Q2. Not good enough, unfortunately. What about Danger Man? Danger Man up 3/10. That should be good enough. Look at the comparison in time. And the Williams driver get out of danger up to 12. Not out of the woods just yet. Heath Hayes at the moment. Trying to get out of the trouble here. Ethan unfortunately could not. And Hayes get out of the danger area. Or is it over and out for Ferrari at the first hurdle? Hayes up to 13th. We have a second Ferrari driver here and a second Haas driver too of that. They're straight up battling the Alpine in qualifying. Alpine and Haas sabotaging each other right now. What is this? And of course we have the bowling champion too, about to potentially be held up by this battle. Look at that. I think that sabotaged the Ferrari driver here. 40.4 in the final sector. Bowling champion starts out by getting lost here. Buddy, Dimmadome, Ethan, and Max also out here in Q1, unfortunately. Classic Haas Q1 exit. Currently, Edster has retained 10th place in Q1. Good start here for the Alpine driver. But it could be the new Ferrari bottleneck rival, maybe. Maybe, just maybe. But yeah, the Real Max, the Ethan, Vice Dimmadome, Chiara Verdi, and the Bobla champion out in Q1. AFN continuing his tradition with getting absolutely held up and shafted. Hello, David. Cute to this salsa class music. I should have prepped some new Elden Ring things, basically. Shame I didn't. Okay, we're on the bank collapse here. Let us see who gets a good first attempt. Alman Singh this time with a running wide. Nothing too major, we can live with that. Poconaldo with a purple middle sector. Alpine and Alpine just driving next to each other. Poconaldo goes fastest. Ezza goes almost slowest here, with the exception of Singh. The Alpine paint train continues. The Chow brothers do not cooperate. Boss fight soundtrack just randomly starts playing, yeah. Do you have the pop-ups prepared for Floof tomorrow? I can probably get them prepared for Floof, to be fair. But yeah, bank collapse done. We have 6 drivers here that are in the danger zone. And basically everyone is leaving the pits right now. They might have time for another run if they really, really try here, but we shall see. Have our other ineligible driver here. This guy cannot go through to F1, but is the first one out. Trying to set a fast lap. There shouldn't be any traffic problems there. I don't think so. Most cars have just about enough clearance that it shouldn't be a concern here. Let's see what 2 Cosby can do. Glad to see things stay the same with me and Poco. Traditions, that's the traditions. I'm saying it's improving, but not compared to anyone else on track at the moment. That first sector being yellow, that first sector might not be good enough. 22.8. Cost speed's not improving. No one is really improving right now. Was the first run on dries? No, it's just got a little bit wetter with time. And with that, I think Q2 has actually reached its end here. With Jean-Pierre, 2 cost speed, and the Singh. I need to check who this is. David and... No, it's the Mimic out in Q2. To be fair though, going out in Q2 isn't the worst thing ever. You are closer to 10th than if you qualify first, so generally might not be the worst thing in the world right now. Part of Too Fast, Too Costly is played by Pocket Petrov, yes. That is true. Yeah, and Poconaldo sent Eds out by just... the Inter-Alpine Paintworks has already begun, as it turns out. And I will be kind and stay in the pits this time. Do not steal a fast lap. It's also going to get drier towards the end. We might have adaptability playing a part here. Look at that. It's supposed to be sunny. It's supposed to be water on the track. Adaptability playing a part. You want to qualify 10th. You don't want to qualify first. This is going to be interesting. These are banker laps right now. I don't know how we want to do this, but McFast at the moment, or McFast's son, is currently the one closest to happiness. 15th is closest to 10th and first. You are correct. I'm just doing this for fun. That's the whole idea, yes, David. We're all doing this for fun. And right now, how much fun are you guys having? Are you going soft tires? No one is going soft tires. No one is going full fun, as it turns out. Could have waited another minute and a half, though, before you kind of sent your cars around. And by that time, it might actually have dried up enough that would have made a difference. But the question right now is... Mourinho, purple first sector. You don't want a purple first sector here. And then we have Keith Hayes here, upping that by half a second. We are seeing a lot of purple. We are seeing traffic here. Hayes is currently stuck behind DSB, slowing him down just a tad here. All those gains lost immediately in the second sector. And we are probably going to see an overtake here even in qualifying. That's the problem with drivers focusing on different things. We end up with qualifying battles. We see Hayes second fastest, Urara second fastest, McFarlane second fastest. But it is in fact the Aston driver here gets in 9th place. Bolomolo 9th. Then we have Aura Farming, DSB, Poconaldo, Hayes, Urara, Danger, Mourinho, and Pace McFarsterson. Of course, David here will be promoted to 10th. So David here, technically the first pole position, but the point will go to Pace McFarsterson.
We're almost ready to go.
Will Urara ever be revealed, or is it just an actual secret identity? I just did that for fun, but the person in question can reveal if they wish. Let's just put it like that. Okay, let's ensure that we start in the pit lane. Just like that. And we shall start this race.
Salvaging anything from
Yes, the only time I want to be blocked.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
I just need to pause it before we look at the start. I predict AFN will come first every race the one time he doesn't want to. AFN is starting dead last. This here is AFN. If AFN manages to pull a last to first in this format, that would be wild. But yeah, McFarlane get off clean. We are curious though if David can hold on to 10th. This guy needs some adjustment from my side too to just realize what's going on. Yeah, we see David here holding on to that 10th place position. And right now, we only have one driver trying something different here. A medium tire for the McLarens. Honestly, I'm curious how this is going to work out. All things considered. Because the AI will try to win. The AI will try to do their best. So basically, this is the one time you are going to be happy when the AI does poorly. Hello there, Floof. Time for the compulsory one Floof message for a stream. I'm first. Get good people. Hey, Floof, what if you're an ineligible driver here that's better than your actual driver tomorrow? What do you say then? I might be cooked. Well, we'll have to see it. There's a lot of people who might be cooked, but it is a long race. It has just begun here. But seeing Mourinho and McFarlane here kind of DRSing off each other might not be good for them. Mimic right now, taking that 10th place for just a second. But remember, the high scoring positions, 10th give 25 points, 20 points for 9th or 11th. Either of them give 20, 15 for 8, 10 for 7, I think. And we have 8, 6, 4, 4, 6, 8. So you only get 8 points for winning. So you definitely want to be in that midfield pack. Keith Hayes says 50 smoothness. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Because it's really not showing right now. We all know the ineligible driver will be better. Yeah. Simply built different. Well, the Ethan has caused the first red flag here. Straight up red flag. Lap 4. That was quick.
Now with the Haas.
Almost quicker than Floof. Oh. There was a Ferrari involved in that. That's going to be a penalty for the Ferrari here. It wasn't even Ethan's fault. The Ethan has been assassinated by the Ferrari driver of... I'm pretty sure it was AFN. AFN now has gone to the step of taking out the competition in order to get the good result.
We're ready to get this race underway again.
Robbery, indeed.
Lights out and away.
Did he survive to without a penalty? It looks like it. Cyber driver moving up here. David, oh, David getting the elbows out there. Investigation is happening. No penalty given. I disagree with that one, F. Give him a race ban. He clearly sent him to the Shadow Realm. The penalty could end up being useful. It could, but at the same time, that was a little bit unfortunate. We even have a driver here on hard tires. Okay, some strategy is starting to come into play now. I'll stay for long as I need sleepies. Nah, you need to do the stupidity that I heard once of take 5-hour energies and unlock the forbidden hour day or some shit like that. Clearly that's what you need to do, Floof. This is not advice, don't take it seriously, anyone. Yeah. We have pretty much things going pretty similarly here. I think Mourinho is going for the wins here. Getting those points from finishing up the order to get through. Has had a great start so far. We'll have to see if that keeps up. Same could be said for Ura and the Danger Man. We'll have to see how things go this race. I'm very curious to see where everyone will end up along the way. Why I went with 50 smoothness was because lower smoothness equal more race time equal closer to 10. Yeah, you're not wrong. The question here is if we have a little bit of a bug, because you're managing... Hayes tires are being managed better than some of the others here. So I might need to check that. Maybe I misremembered. If by next time you mean tomorrow night, then definitely, yeah. So far, Pace McFarlane is living up to the McFarlane name. Mourinho is chasing down. Currently we have Molo Bolo in 10th. Everyone is kind of... Look at the clump here around 10th place. It is a DRS train. I'm looking forward to when the pit stops begin again. That's going to be wild. One more place to go, says Edster. Edster currently snugly fit into 10th place at the moment. Okanalo dropping down the order to get closer as well. Is this going to be the division where Alpine wins? Edster moves up to 9th. Not really what you want right now. You want to remain in 10th. You are still in the 10th here. I'll see how this works out though, because Champ has not eaten anything out of his tires here, really. The bowling champion. And then we have some people just chewing through these tires like they're candy. Bro, why am I climbing? Why am I climbing? The pain of actually moving forwards. The irony of actually performing well when you don't want to. We have a pit stop here. The Italian drivers coming in for a pit stop. Medium. So they're not going to go anywhere close to the end, but to be fair, even Hards wouldn't. So everyone is kind of still locked in for 2 more pit stops. Hard to see if there's some sort of undercut potential here to get up to that decide 10th place. Bro, why am I not climbing? I'm just witnessing the duality of man here in chat. Someone upset because they are climbing, and someone upset because they aren't climbing. Oh, the irony. And Mourinho now comes in. Lynchie man, how do you have 70% left on your softs here? What have Williams done to your car? The ask is see. When you pit, you get sent all the way back to the Shadow Realm. He has had a pretty bad start, all things considered. And we have another crash. A full safety car. Bolo Molo is out. Is it another assassination attempt by the Italians? By Ferrari?
Looks like it's the Aston Martin.
Looks like he crashed on his own. Maybe.
We've got the Aston Martin.
Clearly Alpine oil spill right there.
And unable to do anything about
Oh,
that
and I think the
crash.
Mercedes picked up some
That won't
damage
do the
too.
car any good at all.
Because Bolo here did slide into that Mercedes.
And while all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but watch on.
Keep the crashes coming. Yeah. Which Mercedes did it snap into? Was it Cosby? I think it was too fast to Cosby. Did we see any damage? Rear wing looks fine. I think too fast to Cosby got away with it without picking up any damage. Now the question is, whose AI is going to be incredibly stupid and not pit? And the answer to that is everyone is pitting. Which is kind of bad news for Mourinho. Are we going to see some Alpine fun here? No, it looks like they got out just perfectly, actually. As with one car not having a good stop. Dimmadome here, being absolutely cursed by the pit stops as it turns out. Mourinho lost out massively. Well, actually gained massively because he's been shuffled down to 7th instead of straight up 1st. So I can't be too upset about that. Join the Aston. Join you where, Ethan? In the Shadow Realm? In the line of crashes? Yeah, interestingly enough, I didn't actually realize this, but Bolo Bolo got a penalty for crashing. Bolo Bolo got a penalty for crashing and then hitting Cosby. But somehow the bowling champion who basically shoved Ethan here did not get a penalty. At least the game here is getting the what are they called? What the referees? The I can't get the word. Let's just call them referees. At least they're getting the referees' inconsistencies correct. One thing is a penalty and one thing isn't. Yes, I am calling Petro Cosby because he literally named his driver to Cosby. That's why I'm calling him that. Hello, Naresh. You are watching the Driver Championship. Basically, the viewers of this channel put together drivers based on a rule set. And then we have the AI erase them, and we see who does the best. That is basically it. Considering the person behind me has 113 losses, I should be able to hold this position. I think you guys have almost the same amount of losses, Floof, so I don't know if that's a good measure, to be fair. Why did I put Weber in car 1? Because it's funny. Back in P10. Yeah, you've been P10 for a while here, but the Mimic is coming for it. Mimic has had enough of your shenanigans. You're currently a McLaren sandwich. How do you feel? Oh. Yeah, there we go. That 10th place is in danger. Never mind. You actually have the aggression to keep it. At least for the moment. Oh no, timering down is never good. I'm the top fan, apparently. I think the top fan, or like the fan thing, has been changing a lot. Because the number 1 fan has changed like 6 times already this stream, funnily enough. Esther had it at one point, Lando had it at one point, and now Cosby has. So I think it's a new YouTube feature, but it is kind of funny that it is doing that. Most active in chat. Makes sense, yeah. With that said, I think we're ready to just speed along. It is going to be a DRS train, but I'd stay here just pulling on the brakes, ensuring that the top 9 are allowed to run away with it. And then get overtaken. Are you going to be able to close that gap? Yeah, it looks like you've already done it. The question now is, can Champierre and the rest of the gang catch up? Because 12th or below is 0 points. 12th or below are the only non-scoring positions, and 11th place is 20 points, so it is still quite a good place to find yourself. We're currently crashing out of a max losing over 10 places due to a Ford engine, a B permit. Isn't it multi-class racing though? So isn't that okay? I'm back in the prime seat. Are you now? So far, we've had 2 DNFs. Are we gonna have more? Because we do have Danger Man and Hayes up front, just squabbling at the moment. The Williams here are going for the P1 win, and then we have Dimmadome.
Right, we're down
Final Haas here, playing with fire. That could have been a really bad rejoin, and that cost a lot of time for both the RB driver and the Aston driver. Dimmadome here, sabotaging Singh a little bit. Singh and Verdi gonna have a little bit of work out of them, thanks to Doug running a little bit wider than he should have. Didn't resave join. Yeah, correct. I'm first one. I don't want to be. I love that. Everyone tried to build the drivers to be as mid as possible, and then it turns out that you are the least mid, so you're winning. It's actually kind of funny, but yeah. We have Daly here, Daly Brook, DSB, currently holding on to that 10th position with the Aura Farmer and Adster holding the other 2 high-scoring positions there. Tires are being used, however, and I believe Mourinho has hards, so Mourinho might try to just use these softs for all they're worth and then go hard towards the end. And I think we had another incident on running wide.
We're heading now into turn 5. Oh, just running wide. That won't do the floor of the car any good at all.
Let's see, yeah. Basically, in Nürburgring, since Max doesn't have a permit, he has to use a 50 horsepower engine, which is going to be the Ford powertrains next year. Damn. Well, the thing is, I read up on that mine, and basically, because he doesn't have the permit, he is placed in a cup/division with others who have the same issue. So he's still kind of fighting people in equal machinery, and because it's multi-class, you'll have a lot of different races on the track at the same time. So basically, he is still competing within his horsepower limit, if you will, until he gets his permit, and that's just how Nürburgring does it, really. So he isn't really hampered against those he's actually competing in class with, as I understand it. Chart Sauber and Chart Ferrari definitely not confusing. No, it is not confusing at all. What do you mean? Question here is, are we going to see a puncture? We have seen the AI puncture before at this track. Are they going to do something stupid? Feels weird seeing your driver championship season again. Well, I can't stop if it is really weird. Oh, and we have another ready.
Look at the McLaren driver here.
Look at the SB. Another Alpine oil slick. Alpine ahead again. Confirmed Alpine just pulling pulling the oil slick whenever they needed a pit stop.
As for the team back in the garage, that was a tough moment to watch.
I want to see Max dominance. That's fair, but he'll get like his license and he'll have fun with everyone, as it turns out. Okay, we have another red flag here. DSB is out after Edster threw some oil or a banana peel driving by. The question now is, who has medium or hard tires remaining? Because softs are going to struggle to get to the end, I'm pretty sure. And it's a terrible start from the Danger Man. Look at that, almost double overtaken on the starting line. Lando, have they put you back in the car? Yeah, 22 laps remaining, and half the grid are on softs. Champiero on hard should be able to go till the end. The medium runners should be able to go till the end here. Edster finally has a strategy that works for him when he doesn't want to finish towards the front. Name a more iconic duo than having a good strategy when you don't want one. I don't know what you mean. If I speak, I'm in big trouble, basically. SA is technically net P2. Is he? Yeah, exactly. Ferrara is currently first. Ferrara could win here, and it would actually be kind of funny if the horse that was known for losing wins their first driver champion race here. I don't want to be in big trouble. We will get this done. But yeah, decent start here. I'm curious to see how the soft runners end up battling for 10th here, because I think that's what's going to happen. I think we'll see the medium runners and the hard runners here end up as basically top 5. And then the soft runners will end up getting shuffled down the order as Danger Man launches an attack and immediately gets shuffled back down. Now keep in mind that both Sauber drivers here are not eligible for promotions. So if they take 10th, 11th, 9th, that is going to throw a little bit of a wrench in the plans here for everyone involved. As we see the Red Bull sandwich here trying to hunt down the Sauber. And it is complete and overtake. Be poetic winning when it doesn't even matter. What is funny is that I think my driver might have had hards, but they choose softs anyways. Sorry, Dusk, remind me, who's your driver again? We can check. Actually, it would be interesting to see drivers who DNF win extra points. Some of my bosses lap points. What, do we give them extra points? 30, okay. We can check. Because I'm pretty sure you're right. So if we take a look at the tires through here, for Cherry Verdi, you should have hard tires available. You're not wrong. There's a lot of drivers here who should have hard tires available and has instead elected for the soft ones. So this is really, really interesting. We can even see how to Urara here had 2 medium tires. So that should be the case for a lot of the rest here too, to be fair. That could get very, very interesting here. The Real Max currently holding on. I think a lot of the soft runners, though, are running like light or conserve. Look at how little they've used their softs compared to the medium and hard runners. They're degrading slower than the hard tire is at the moment. Everyone is just put on that conserve. It's just playing very, very safe right now, I think. And right now, the Real Max, as well as the Aura Farmer here, they're creating a gap in 10th place the rest of the grid. This is kind of what they want to do, all things considered. Is the AI actually executing a strategy at the moment? Hello, Taz. Mid-bull dominance? Yeah. They're learning the light soft strategy. Well, it clearly looks like it right here because the mediums are going down a lot quicker. And we have another crash. It's Dimmadome. Crash involving multiple vehicles. It's not been has to stay has it. Oh, he takes revenge. But he's the only one punished for it by the looks of it. Runs to the back of Champier here. I don't think they picked up some damage even. That's wild. But that is a shredded front wing for the Dimmadome. And Champier gets penalized for it. Are you joking? Clearly the what's the word again? What are they called? Oh, referees. What are they called? The word is just it's put in a box and I can't find the box. Stewards, that's the one. Thank you. Yeah, the stewards today are just wild. They punish Champier for getting run into. They don't punish they don't punish the bowling champion, who somehow finds himself in 10th at the moment for killing Ethan. And Molo Bolo gets punished for crashing after crashing out, basically. It's kind of wild at this stage. Oh. Hans is the funny meant to spell was. Correct. Take revenge, my half brother. I think that the unfortunate fact is that the revenge, the Haas brother kind of shot himself in the leg trying to take revenge here. Coconaldo with the fastest lap. The Alpine is currently out front, and Urara is falling down the order at the moment. Could be that the medium drivers might end up 10th here, and that everyone on softs actually take good care of their tires. That would be kind of wild. Pando, this is a formal message that your chanting privileges are being revoked. Do not resist. Damn. Okanaldo wins when it doesn't even matter. That is kind of the tragedy of a lot of you guys, I think. But we shall see. 15 laps to go here in the first race. We'll speed this up a little bit. We have some gaps here being formed. Dimmadome here needs a safety car to get anything out of this. But currently, we do have 4 drivers here in the running at the moment for 10th, with Mourinho, Esther, Bowling Champ, and the Aura Farmer here leading the way. But Urara seems like she's going to become a part of this mix by the end of this. Soft tires are still being taken care of at the moment. We have 4 cars fighting for the win here, for those 8 points for winning. This is going to be a very interesting end to this race, isn't it? Can you imagine Aura Farmer runs away with those initial 10 points? Sorry, 25 points for 10th? Kind of wild. Williams 1-2. The one time they don't want it, they have it. You can't actually make this stuff up. We have a William 1-2 at the moment. Hayes is also trying to keep up with them. Oconaldo not giving up. And all in all, Edster has retained 10th place here for most of this race. It's once again creating a gap to the 2 cars ahead. But now have Singh, Max, a lot more cars into the mix here. That is not necessarily a good thing. Someone overtake me, please. Need to check out who's in this division so I know who to who to cheer for. Damn. Edster down to 11th now. Points are slipping away. Can I show the point system? I'll show it after we get done with this race. That'll probably be the best way. But basically, 10th place is 25, 11th and 9th are 20, 15 for 8, 10 for 7th, then you have 8 for 6th, 6 for 5th, 4 for both 3rd and 4th, 6 for 2nd, 8 points for 1st. But yeah, it'll be just easy to take a look at that after this race, I think. I'm telling you, if my killer gets QP10, your killer is currently pushing hard. So I think you are safe for the time being. I don't think your killer is gonna get a super good result here. They're very likely to get points, but maybe not too many points for Ethan, hopefully. What did I miss? I want to see an update on Nürnbergring. Not much. Pretty chill. Yeah, P12 is pointless where Edster currently finds himself, which would be peak irony if he runs most of the race in point scoring territory and then again just says, nah, you're not getting paid. Currently, Singh is in the best position, and then we have the RB, well, podium, if you will. There we go. Singh gets the order. Allows Max through. Where have we seen this before? B-Cup stepping aside for the Red Bull. I can actually get points. Just took 3 murders. Yeah, you're not far off. You do need to clear Edster though. And not lose the RS to 11th place here. For Verdi to get points. It's getting... It is potential here. The medium... I'm wondering what's going on with the tires there, because the mediums have been absolutely shredded, the hards have been shredded. The softs are doing better than the mediums or the hards. I did not expect this from the AI, I'm not gonna lie. And we still have basically a 5-way battle out front, so... 6-way battle now out front. The rule set seems to be okay. Question now is, with 5 laps to go, can someone cause some mayhem of any way, shape, or form? I got laps, but not the tires. There is 5 laps remaining, 42% tires. A lot of you are living on the edge right now. Not only Edster, but Mourinho, for instance, even more on the edge here in 9th. Are we going to see it? Oh! How did that... How's that not a crash? Looked like Mourinho was about to get squished like a panini right there. Between his teammate and the Ferrari. What was that? F1 Manager would have blown up so much if that multiplier. Yeah, I really wish they would have just... Honestly, what they should have done... Sorry, we're going on a tangent. We'll slow this down a little bit. What I wish the F1 Manager team had done, instead of doing things like, oh, we're gonna add the system where you can replay the races with like a challenge. If they just put that time into making a working multiplayer system, people would be playing this for years to come. Let's be honest. Get some modding in for visuals, and people would have a lot of fun. Let's face it. Would have been amazing. Singh might have this. Could indeed. Mourinho now down to 11th. Singh moves up to 10th. But yeah, I really would love multiplayer for this. Would be a lot of fun to have you all destroy me. I wish it had multiplayer just so I could beat Nero with the Alpine. That is not something I would allow, Floof. That's the only team I need to beat. Currently, Singh is holding him 10th. There are some gaps here. Champion is taking some overtakes that they really, really shouldn't right now. There are battles going all over the track, including Alpine going up into the lead. As of this moment, immediately taken back. Singh has also caught up to Champion and Max, and it's going to do potentially a double throwaway there of points. Edstad, do you have anything left here? 11th is still within reach. But the tires. Everyone's tires are dying. Haru Urara has just been chilling in 7th basically this entire race after second red flag. Probably going to get that one pretty much nailed down. Singh. Are we going to see anything here? Edstad gets past Mourinho, but 2 seconds down the road now, and there is a DRS train up to Champion. Up front here, the Williams are hunting the Alpine still. We're having a battle for first. We're having a battle for 10th. And we almost had an assassination there too. Could you imagine? 2 laps to go right now. Oh. 2 laps to go, and we have 2 Cosby here. Arki Petrov's driver. Currently on the top spot in terms of points. But we are getting to the point here now where tires are starting to die. Poconaldo, the first driver under 30%. Mourinho going to be the second one. And that's not good for the Alpine. Final lap here, underway. Stays in second. Are we going to see any changes here for 10th place? It is still 2 Cosby. We have Singh and we have Max in the next scoring positions here. Are we going to see any massive changes here? Is Cosby going to throw away 5 points by making an overtake? It's Enster going to get Singh by the end of this. We'll slow this down a little bit because we do have a little bit of battles going on right now. Williams 1-2 at the moment. Poconaldo 3rd. And we have Hayes here. The Mimic moved up a little bit too aggressively. Look at this. We could have some overtakes here. 2 Cosby decides that, nah, I don't want 25 points. I would much rather want 20. But they're running side by side right now. Are you going to throw away extra points here by making an overtake towards the end? It looks like it might happen. And it does happen. 2 Cosby could be chucking away a lot of points here because right now, next one up is Champion. Can Edster get Singh here? That's going to be my second question. Max is coming back actually there. And we are going to see Edster here move up to 11th, I think. Top 6 has finished here. We are interested in who's going to finish 10th. We have Champion in 8th. We have Max 9th. Then we have 2 Cosby. Singh held onto that 11th place. And Edster spent most of this race running in the quote-unquote lead. Ends up 12th. Not a great day. But a 1-2 from Williams would have been amazing in any other setting. But I guess they'll take that. 2 Cosby. Petrov continues the reign of getting quote-unquote wins here. Let me just catch up with chat first, and then we'll go with the results.
I think you just have to accept that it's not going to be
I would make
your
another
race.
stream just so I could copy his upgrades, damn. I don't care if I'm 9th, just as long as I beat you. That's fair.
Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
It's not been the greatest weekend. Both drivers
Give me
need to step up
P11.
and
I'm
show
sorry,
what they
Had,
can
so you didn't get
do. And the
P11.
team have to be there to support them.
Who are the enhanced drivers? The ones built on extra points. There are 2 currently in the save, and I'm pretty sure it is Pace McPherson and it is Champier, if I'm not misremembering. It's one of the Sauber drivers and Pace McPherson here that have 20 extra points. I do know that also the other Sauber driver, I think Aura Farming, he has 80 points to kind of compensate a little bit. That's the classic me, indeed. But yeah, you can kind of see the point system now. It was also about earlier. 10th place gets 25 points. 9th and 11th both get 20. 15 for 8. 10 for 7th. 8 for 6th. And then it just goes kind of like this. Apparently, Xiao is also here getting 4 points, but he got an extra point for fastest lap. So it's 4 points for both 3rd and 4th. 6 for 2nd. 8 for 1st. And that is the point system we're using in the seasonal mid. Baku is too costly, yes. Have a good night, Floof. May you sleep well. Petrov wins F2 this season. He becomes the first driver to get every driver role. Say hi to Piastri for us. Yeah. First race out of the way here, and currently, Chow on the border here. Top 10 on points will go through, but we will have to do a little bit of cleaning, like in this case, Pace McFarlane here doesn't count. So if this was the end, then Poconaldo would be through. Yeah, Mercedes takes the lead. Let us go to the next race, which should be in Narnia, I think. No, we're going to Brazil. We are going to Brazil in just 4 days here. Nah, bro, Mercedes again. Basically, the car performance for the teams are all equalized at 70%. Like this. Every team has identical cars like this. The giving every driver an individual car with a debuff didn't really work. The AI teams were doing their own thing, just mixing and matching components, so couldn't really do that. So I decided to just scrap that. I apologize to everyone who put thought into it, but it just made the AI do stupid things. They even installed downgrades at one point when I was testing. So yeah, I decided to not do that, just so that we avoid that extra mayhem, really. Yeah, Brazil next. And we have Baku and Austria. And remember, one of these races is going to be very, very wet. Extremely wet.
Our F1 season.
The driver's
to
Grand
Brazil.
Slam is looking good for Petrov, yeah. Time to plan my revenge. Make sure you get it on the right driver, though, Ethan. It is the bowling champion you want to target. It's extremely wet here in the UK. I am melting in Norway, and that is actually kind of sad. It is too hot for little old me. Okay, we are sending our boy out here. It's going to be a dry qualifying session. Let's see where everyone lines up on the bank and laps. For a second, I thought you simulated quali. Can you imagine? Can you imagine simulating quali? The screams I would hear. Sing a set of time to beat here. Are we going to see anyone beating that? Ethan is very close. We already see some drivers beat that time. We even have a purple first sector here from McFarlane, but lost too much in the middle and final sector for it to matter. Why is Webber number one driver in my team? Because again, he's just the first driver that came to mind when I was setting this up. So he got the first seat. Nothing more than that, really. My bedroom has windows and it's chucking down. I would hope your bedroom has windows. I don't know how it is elsewhere, but in Norway, if your bedroom doesn't have windows, you are not allowed to live in your home. Literally. And I'm not joking, it's the actual law. If your bedroom is without windows, you're not allowed to sleep in it. Legally. First in the jacket, good everyone, damn. Well, 2 Cosby is quicker so far. We are getting to the end of the bankers. Hey, Mullaball goes 5th fastest here, but we're not interested in who goes 5th fastest, we're just interested in who can get out of the, get out of qualifying. Sing here now. Tries to improve, goes 6th fastest. What can Mourinho do? Still 20th, gonna need to do another run. Pressure is on. Same for Ethan, Verdi, and McFasterson. Dimmadome goes 11th fastest, which puts Champion at once again at risk of getting knocked out in Q1. Traffic again. Yeah, traffic is pain. Ethan is looking for revenge on Champion, but has a yellow middle sector. Does not improve, is very likely to be out here, but could maybe make it around and get one more chance. The Mimic is trying to improve. Are we going to see improvement? We see a very good improvement. Hayes, next one up. Currently though, no real risk for the other drivers. There is no one really setting any fast laps here with 3 minutes to go. We have our drivers out. No, we have out laps going right now. Champion for Mourinho, Ethan, Verdi, and McFasterson. Waited a long time before you got going there. Let's see, I think our Champion here has started their fast lap. Is the traffic gonna give a bit of a slap in the face? First car gets nicely out of the way. It's an improvement. Better than the McLaren ahead. It's another car, though, in the way. And this one is not getting away as out of the way as cleanly. Next up is the Alpine, if I'm not mistaken. Luckily, they're starting off. It's an Aston. My bad. With that, Champion goes 7th fastest. What can DSB do here? Goes 7th fastest, and with that, we have David and McFarson in danger. 30 now, 18.5. That's a good start. That is similar here to DSB. Traffic, though, is going to be so painful to get through. And Mourinho here, down 7/10 in that first sector alone. It's very likely to be out here. What can McFarson do here? Not quick enough, unfortunately. Verdi, are you going to move ahead? Hayes is out. David is the last one who can improve. Puts Champier at risk. But no. Ethan, Mourinho, McFarson, David, and Hayes out in Q1 here in Brazil. Interested in who goes 10th fast. You're not wrong. Let's go. Remember, Bolo here does have a penalty for crashing on their own, as it turns out. Life is weird. Let's get these banker laps out of the way.
So the green light is now. Mode N. This is to help with the fuel.
Oh.
Slow in, stay negative.
Dimmadome continues the bad luck here.
Within a split second, the impact's made. And that is a miserable mark on their qualifying session.
That is, in fact, a measurable mark. Haas must be running out of front wings by now.
Watch for debris.
That is the 3rd front wing lost in... Well, it's not even... We're not even getting to the 2nd race yet. But yeah, Haas components here are endangered, as it turns out. As Edster is so far the quickest one in Q2. Let us get through these banker laps here a little bit quicker. Okay. Are they not replacing your... Oh no. Everyone, second of silence for Doug Dimmadome. He upholds Cosby's tradition of getting screwed over by his team by not replacing the front wing. Haas will never run out of front wings. They had 100 front wings stored ready for 2022 for Mazepin. Well, clearly they have run out of front wings here because they did not replace Doug Dimmadome's front wing. And right now he is suffering for it. He's supposed to choose qualifying laps here with half the front wing missing. Season's pretty dim so far, damn. Ban this man from competing. But no traffic does. Oh no. Let us see if Haas will give him a new front wing for the final run. Doug, the champion, Palmer, Rara, DSB, and Molo currently in danger of being, well, not DSQ'd, but knocked out in Q2 here. We're all waiting with great interest here to see if we've all been here before. We've all seen this before. When the team just goes, no, you're not getting a new front wing. You'll have to live without it. We pay our respects to Doug here and pray that he somehow pulls off a miracle against Through. We bow our heads and pray indeed. At least it's a different team this time. I don't think that matters much, to be fair. If I'm not mistaken, Orifama has set their final fast lap here and is out. Olomolo is on a fast lap at the moment. On a wing and a prayer. Speaking about wings, maybe that'll be... Oh, Molobolo goes fastest. Not bad. Maybe that'll be my next project, to see if I can beat the AI without a front end ring. Changing your wing shows weakness and insecurity. Chad's go with the broken one. Well, he is improving the first sector with a broken one. Is he getting a little bit of help here from the Aston? Maybe a little bit of a drag along, perhaps. Cosby is out, or Petrov, depending on how you want to look at it. Champion is out. What can McLaren do here? McLaren is out, and Doug Dimmadome improves. Half a front wing, still beats the bowling champion. Legendary, as it were. 30, unfortunately, there is about 1400s here. Separates you from getting through, but you will get promoted to 10th. Getting knocked out in 11th here is actually the best qualifying position, I dare say. So honestly, getting knocked out here isn't a bad thing. Because, yeah, once my driver here gets sent to the back, this will be 10th place promotion for Chiari Verdi. And honestly, SB, Cosby, tactical masterpiece. Get knocked out here. This is basically top 3, if you will. How have I fall into 5th in chat? I'm literally talking. I love that you are competitively chatting right now. We have the viewer championship in game, and then we have the viewer championship in chat. Competitive chatting. Gunter Steiner came back and smashed every front wing. Would not really surprise me, to be fair. Did he run out of doors, maybe? Was that what happened? Okay. We are getting those banker laps done and dusted. Question now is, what can Singh do? Singh is going on a fast lap, if I'm not mistaken. You want to qualify 9th here. If anything, man should just stay in the pit lane. A mid even in chat, damn. The chat championship, we have Duskin first, that's the second. True. Sing does not improve, but let's face it, it's 2/10 between first and seventh at the moment. It's less than 2/10 from sixth to first, so it's still pretty close here, all things considered. But let's face it, Williams and McLaren here in particular does not want to improve right now. We have 2 Alpines somehow in Q3. The world is heading to a weird place right now. Max goes quickest out of everyone, but Molobolo here has set a purple first sector, not content to allowing the pole position to be snatched here. It is 1 point for pole position, so it does help. But even if you score all 4 pole positions, it's just 4 points. It's not going to be enough. Does improve. 2 thousandths ahead of Max here. They're really, really close, all things considered. Champier is down here by 10. Oh, does improve, but not enough. What are we going to see from Man and the Mimic here? Purple sector from Mimic. Mimic in good position here and about to throw it all away. Going to the line. Moves up to the top. Man moves up to 4th. And with that, Singh has somehow found himself in his happy place. But Edster and Poconaldo are both on fast laps here. Poconaldo does not improve. Edster, you going to throw it all away? 33.5. 1/10 is a couple of positions dropped away here, potentially. And Edster says, yeah, I'll go up 1 more. Honestly, pretty close qualifying, though. Top 4 separated by 4 thousandths. Honestly, 2nd to 4th here, separated by just 1,000. That's actually kind of wild. Like, the gaps here are actually kind of insane. But yeah, Bolomolo will get punished, though, and sent further down. So some of you are going to get promoted even more, which is not great. Time for my high defending, control, and smoothness to come in play. I'm looking forward to it, but there is water on the track. It is the wet race, and it's actually going to remain lightly wetted for the entire race here. I was hoping it wouldn't go full wet race. That is just how the cookie crumbled here. And we'll have to see if 10th place it can hold on to that. There will be pit stops. There will be mayhem. Who will survive? Hello, Zach.
It's not long until we get started here.
How you doing?
And we should be in for a tightly contested race.
Actually, I'm second.
And now,
Lufa's gone to bed. A double Alpine podium. Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me, Daniel.
lights out, and away we go.
Lights out, away we go. Remember, the goal here is to remain in 10th place. 10th place is the same as winning. And 9th and 11th are the podium slots here. 30 fighting with DSB here to hold on to that 10th place in rainy conditions. And might even improve up to 9th here. Had the run on Singh. Still has to run on Singh. Pushes slightly off track. But couldn't get it done. Honestly though, probably for the best. Time to retire, my boys. Then we shall see how this wet race develops.
Gap is 7 seconds.
ESB has taken 10th place as things stand. I'm doing well. I've just been busy, Zach. Hopefully it won't be as busy for at least the next couple of days during the weekend. I pray. So I might test out maybe Borderlands a little bit. We'll see. I've been tempted to make guide content again, so maybe we'll have some Borderlands at some point. But for now, we'll see. Apparently it doesn't run very well, from what I've heard. So far, race has begun here, pretty chill. We're just going to allow things to progress just a little bit here. DSB is still holding on to 10th. I don't think 9th is an improvement from 10th. No, it isn't true. Borderlands is fine if you can run it. I think I'll be okay. I think I will be okay. Make sure to put my... Oh,
We've got
and we
a
have an
yellow
incident.
flag here.
We see Mimic and Man falling down the order. One, two here. Oh. Ty's not going to be happy about that one.
And for the crew watching on in the...
And just like that, 10th place has become 8th place. And Danger Man and the Mimic has been shuffled all the way to the back of the pack here. And look how slow they are getting back on track. Look how much time they're wasting. Mimic went from leading to now being 23 seconds off the lead. At least Danger Man did get penalized for his sins. But yeah, that would be devastating in any other scenario. Maybe not as devastating this time around. Looks like just the end place of front wing 2, so not too bad. We have another yellow flag, and I see DSB being shuffled down the order. Another victim here, lock up.
This is what happened. Now here, we're taking turn 6. Oh, and the car locks up. They took a gamble.
That's a
and it
wide
was
lockup,
just
to be
too late.
fair. Like, it's a miracle that that didn't lead to hitting the wall. It did destroy a lot of the tires, though, which makes sense. But yeah, that's wild that that didn't result in just eating the wall immediately. Matchup dominance can pull fans. We've heard that before, yes. Crazy how the perks of having a 5090 isn't Cyberpunk, but playing out of the past Unreal Engine 5 games. Exactly, yes. Bro, I actually forgot the stream started about an hour ago. Got too absorbed in doing dailies. It happens. Hello, Canavia, how you doing? I wouldn't mind Petro dominating. Just shows they know their stuff when it comes to build, which is honestly impressive, considering all different themes and rules we've had so far. Yeah, it's a little insane, though. Verstappen won the first 2 championship. He has just won the last 3. You were doing a longer save to 29, Zach? Sounds like you're enjoying yourself, which is the important part. The question now is, we've already had 2 incidents. Who's going to be the 3rd one? Please let it be FN. Please let it be FN. Please let it be FN. That's where I'm now at 29. That's like you're enjoying it if you're playing for long, though, to be fair. Okay, so 10 laps or so in. Actually 9, but we're about to start 10th lap. Champier leads Max, leads Molobolo, Urara, the 2 Alpines who will somehow screw each other over. The Chow brothers do not wave white flags. They just get angry and angry until one of them crashes into the other. And we have Singh, Birdie, Drew Cosby, champion of bottling, and then Doug Dimmadome, who somehow has ended up in 11th with all this this mess here. But everyone is still basically running one big DRS train, with a couple of exceptions in Champier pulling away out front, and our unlucky fellas hanging out in the back. So we're just going to speed this up just a little bit. So does the AI actually develop car to adapt properly to the P10 goal? First time I watch and participate in this, I'm curious. The way that I've done things, basically I can go a little bit more in depth to it after the race, Dusk, but I've set the expertise level of the AI, which basically sets a limit to how good the paths they can design are. Basically, the paths the AI are using now and will be using the entire season, the AI will never be able to design anything that is better than that. So every car is identical. They have the same powertrain, they have the same parts, and have the exact same performance. And they will have the exact same performance for the season. So in this case, the AI will not be influencing anything with their designs. Everyone will have the exact same car, engine, everything. And as thus, we'll just try and make the best out of it with the driver being the sole focus. We've had some seasons where we let the AI develop, and it's a little bit of a mixed bag because the AI is just bad at it. So, as you can imagine, I think most people who participate in this enjoy it when it's just equal machinery, your driver is what actually is making the difference. How is Haru doing in the championship? If we take a quick look here, Aston's currently standings. Too Fast, Too Cosby will retain the lead. Durara scored 10 points, as it turns out, in the first race. They're doing well. And as it stands, we are going to end up with quite a lot of drivers at least getting in the points. So we'll see how this race ends up developing. We found who Haru is. One thing is for sure, she's not first. Well, she's close to it, though. Well, close as it stands. But, yeah, 10th is actually what we're going for. Am I seeing a lockup? I am. Mourinho.
Let's see what happened.
At 30% of his tires.
Nothing at this point. And the car just locks. And they ended up their own passenger.
How did that eat 30% of his tires when we saw, who was it, DSB lock up with basically the speed of a small, you know, of a runaway train, and he lost 10%. Mourinho lost 30. At this point, we're going to have a two pit stop race here for most of these cars. Clean stop there from the Red Bull. One thing I'll never go away from is Mercedes engines. The durability is insanely high. Yeah, it's really, really good, particularly when you already have a good car. At least I have good tire management. True, we have another yellow flag. DSB with another lockup. He heard me complain about him not losing enough durability when he locked up the first time. So he kindly made another lockup. And once again, just barely survives the wall. That is so close to dead. And even then, just has better 2 lockups. This man has had 2 lockups and has better tire wear than most of the cars in the top 15. That is wild. I need to lock up as well. Lock up and get sent to Shadow Realm. If you lock up, you get sent minimum down to 14th place here in David. Let's be fair. So maybe not do that just yet. Can go to the circuit attributes, view engine usage, and what engines the other team's using. I've put everyone on the same engine. Everyone is running Red Bull engines. I wanted to put them on Renault, but I felt it would be too slow. So I put everyone on the Red Bull engines, which is probably why Alpine is doing so well. But yeah, let us see here. We have Champier, who is, again, ineligible for promotion. Then we have Urara, Max, and Molobolo leading the charge behind. Then we have the big train being led by the 2 Alpine drivers as things stand. I think we'll just speed along here. We're getting very close to the first pit stop. And as I mentioned here, I think we are going to get, as Max comes into the pit lane here, I think we're going to get a situation where most cars will need to do 2 pit stops in the rain. Which is kind of wild, because we're just 20 laps in. No way this guy takes the Inters here. 50 laps. I just don't see it happening. And with the pit stops there, the Red Bulls are last at the moment. But traffic here is also going to make it really, really difficult to get these positions back after you pitted. So, I'm really, really curious how this is going to work out for them. Will you allow for engine choice in F1? I might make it some mock-ups of engines to let people pick them, but I haven't planned anything right now. Clean stop for Aston. Held up a little bit there, I think, by traffic. Clean stop. I'm very disappointed in Alpine they didn't do a double stack. Very, very sad. 30 now, shuffled down to 19th place. Max still retains. And look at the McLaren double wall coming up here right now. These Max is making some overtakes. That's going to help the confidence. But yeah, these pit stops are creating some problems. And generally, Max doesn't really want to do any more overtaking right now. He can just sit where he is for the most part. Edson now comes in, a long time to Cosby and Dimmadome. Who is going to have the cleanest of stops? Cosby's done with his. Edson done with his. Dimmadome does not get anything. I don't think we had any real changes there. And Edson come out behind his teammate, behind Singh, behind Champion. So maybe this will work out in the Alpine driver's advantage. Going a couple laps extra. I've seen teams like Alpine in mine swap engines 2 or 3 times. I'm pretty sure Alpine can't swap engines, Zach, unfortunately. They shouldn't be able to anyways. The AI might be breaking the rules. See you later, Mind. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Have a good night. Sauber might have been with Red Bull engines, Ferrari, and even Renault, I think. Yeah, the thing is, the way the game works, at least for the player Zach, is that the full works team, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, and Alpine, can't swap engines because they are the engine manufacturers for, well, Red Bull engines, for the Ferrari engines, for Mercedes engines, and the Renault engines. So, in theory, they need to... the game kind of forced them to stay with those engines forever.
That's where they slightly run off the track.
That was a
Really can't
wiggle.
do that too often with these
But that
guys.
wasn't too bad there from Danger Man. We have more cars into the pits here, and the... Oh!
Oh, it looks like a pit stop.
Aura Farming is stuck in the pit lane. We still have a couple of cars that have yet to pit here, which could shake up the order quite a bit here. Champion is currently in a Alpine sandwich. But with 5 cars still needing to pit, those 5 cars might actually come out in the perfect territory here, particularly this one. We just slot directly into top 10. We'll have to see how much longer they decide to stay out. I'm trying out one stuff, I guess. We shall see. There's still a lot of laps remaining here, Ethan. Still a lot of laps remaining. We have a yellow flag.
There's a yellow flag now.
DSB is just not getting away from the pain here.
And round they go. And that certainly wouldn't have been in their plans today.
The fact that DSB hasn't picked up any permanent damage, like that's been barely took anything out of tires. I don't think it actually took anything out of the tires. It's insane to me. Like, it is insane that they've been able to survive as long as they have. We'll speed this up a little bit while we wait for the rest of the pit stops. I don't think they will be long now. Hopefully, unless they plan to step in trouble. Mimic here is going to get shuffled to the back. But I'm curious where Urara is going to come out, for example, where Jean-Pierre is going to come out. Because pit stops around here aren't super long. They're 23 seconds. So Urara right now should have pitted a few laps ago, because right now she too is going to come out towards the end. The benefit here for Jean-Pierre is that they're going to come out in the middle of this with fresh tires. But generally, I don't think the pit stops are going to change much here. We see Ethan right now pitting, and as expected, just gets shuffled all the way back to the Shadow Realm. It is just the unfortunate reality. Man here too is going to end up all the way at the back once they pit. Look at the traffic here, just being held up by Man. And as long as Man is causing problems, 10th place might be safe. We'll see. Never chinks will affect these beasts. Wonder if the McLaren team will break the game at some point. We'll see. Hopefully they won't. And we have the top 2 here hitting. Clean stuff for the other Sauber. I believe there has been a clean stuff for Urara too, but as I mentioned, the DRS train just get shuffled so far back. Look at everyone just running from 4th here to basically 15th. 30 laps in, it's still just one DRS train, led by the Danger Man here, who is getting closer and closer to being in danger of a puncture. Currently, Doug Dimmadome in 10th. But with some alternate strategies here, we could see some, let's say, interesting results. The DRS Express. Not DRS train, too wide for that. You understood what I meant. But yeah, you're right. It's not technically a DRS train, it's just all of them running back to back to back. But look at this. Look at all of them. It looks like you're driving. It looks like the first lap, let's be honest here. Looks like the first lap of the race at the moment. Somehow, Petro has found his way back to 10. As if it's a universal rule that Petro must win at this point. Currently, though, we're going to speed along. Mourinho will be the next car to pit sometime in the near future. And I think the goal will be to go till the end. But like 35 laps, and you're already getting ready for your second pit stop halfway through the race. That's not good. We could see some cars, if they're unlucky, go for a tree stopper, which is wild on the Inters, if you ask me. There we go. Mourinho pits slightly over halfway through the race. Probably going to try and manage these, I would hope, for his sake. But with that, Hayes now 10th place, 30 in 11th, 2 Cosby in 9th. Not a bad place to find themselves here. Need some 8x. Yeah, I agree. We're speeding this up a little bit now. We're speeding this one up just a little bit here. Turns out overtaking is very difficult under the circumstances. The McFasterson here is trying to make some moves happen. We'll have to see if David here can do the same. Tires are starting to get on the low side. It looks like Mourinho is trying to manage these tires, but even then, that might not be enough. 6 lap, 15% used. That's going to be puncture territory if that keeps up towards the end. And we have Champion now with the spin.
Right then, we can take a look now. Now this was the Sauber. That's the moment they lose it.
Oh, we've had Alpine on Alpine violence. It happened.
Looks like the Alpine.
The Chow brothers have done it again. Oh. Ugh. We would be delighted.
The team glued to the monitors.
Oh
and
my
watching
God.
their hopes crumble away.
One has a puncture. Edster has been hit hard here. There is some light damage on both cars. Pocanello is just barely making it back on track right now. But there has been Alpine on Alpine violence, and that has promoted Verdi now to the coveted 10th place. David in 11th and McFasterson in 9th. You can actually score a bunch of points there by having the cars ahead of you crash, which is hilarious. And right now, Edster is getting revenge. Holding up Pocanello, holding up Mourinho, and Pocanello even gets penalized for the crash. Someone needs to screenshot the moment the two Alpines came together and post it on Discord and tag Flu for me, please. The Alpine Civil War, maybe. I'm sorry, Edster. A little bit of bad luck there. You'll make a comeback. Just got back what happened to Haru. Haru went long on her tires and basically just pitted into traffic because the other ones literally got undercut by 15 cars. No joke. Why did I think he'd stay out? Because if this was you, Cosby, you'd stay out. Let's be honest. Yeah. Edster is back on track and I believe a lap down. That's not going to be great for the... That's not going to be great for the race here. David now, sitting comfortably in 10th and just relaxing before we get ready for the final set of pit stops there. Took exactly 2 races here before we had the Alpine Civil War. And Poconaldo now into pit lane, serve the penalty, switch the nose. Did they give Ed Stern a nose? Because I don't think they did. Doesn't look like it's damaged though, so probably just suspension from hitting the wall. Yeah, Poconaldo is back out. Is gonna have a lot of work out of him here to get points. 30 seconds of Danger Man, and we see Dimmadome here. First one to pull the trigger. We'll have to see if Champion is going to pick up also a puncture here, and the same goes really for Verdi. A lot of drivers playing with fire right now. 20% is when a puncture becomes likely. So we'll have to hope for the Aston driver's sake that they go into the pit lane now on this lap. You won a title, then your driver went back to reality. A driver obviously wanting no part of F1 again. To be fair, I'm pretty sure Poconaldo tagged you there, so I don't think your driver was at fault at all. And Verdi here goes around again. 21%. But getting into that puncture territory. Brazil usually offers a lot of fun punctures here, but this is definitely not something that Dusk would like. 20%. Survived the first tick. Every tick right now on the durability could result in a puncture. We are getting there too for Champion here. Oh. Are you going to pit lane? Are you staying out again? Goes to the pit lane. Saves themselves. Just about there. Really, really need to pit. Did go into the pit lane. The question now is, how is our Ferrari intent here going to do right now? Because they too are in danger of getting a puncture. 20% right now. Bolo 26%, 28% for Hayes. But the most likely victim here of getting a puncture would be AFN. Survives the 19% tick. Are you going to go in the pit lane, or are they too close behind for you to... Oh, goes around again. The Honor Guard, the Sauber McLaren Honor Guard right behind, though, is putting pressure on Champion. And even in this scenario, they're struggling to get by him. And there we go. The puncture is a fact. They have been released. Champion has picked up a puncture here on lap 52. It had to happen. It is destiny. And it did, in fact, happen, as it probably has 4 times before at this point for him. It is just the law at this point. Molobolo could be the next victim, suffering that same fate alongside Hayes. We'll have to see here. 22% on this lap. Durada currently in 9th. Is going to need to pit again. Should probably just get that pit stop done. It is 18 laps remaining, and if some of these guys decide to stay out too long, the hopes of surviving, that could be really, really bad for them. Bolo now hits 20%. Revenge. Oh, they're doing another lap. 19% for Molobolo, 21% for Hayes. Are they going to come together here? Are we going to have a puncture again? Are we collecting punctures like they are trophies? And they... You can't make this up. They literally did a synchronized puncture, these lads. They did a synchronized puncture. Both of them at the same time. It's a shame it's so foggy, because this could have been a great picture. But yeah, both Molobolo and Hayes picks up punctures at the exact same time here. That's going to shuffle them all the way to the back again. And They're holding up a lot of cars here, so this could get very, very interesting to see where everyone ends up. We have another couple of cars here, Singh and McPherson, who could suffer the very same fate. And honestly, it is just 16 laps left. The AI is notoriously bad at pitting with just a few laps remaining here. So I think the AI is going to try and push their drivers to stay out for long. Hullabaloo and Hayes here, 17 and 18 now. We have Singh. We have McPherson. Potentially the next victim for a puncture is here. And every time there is a puncture, someone behind gets a little bit of grace from them. We are collecting probably our 4th puncture of the day here now in McPherson. We'll see. Like that's the thumbnail of the next stream. We'll see. It's all kicking off. You're not wrong. And it's staying out again. McPherson is staying out again. Remember, this is Floof Alter Ego that isn't eligible and was made with 320 points. And there we go. Same corner, same puncture. Another for the collection. McPherson now holding up Danger Man, holding up Doug Dimmadome. And just like that, more promotions going. Singh right now and Max are the next potential victims. And honestly, at this rate, I think everyone will puncture before this race is over. Like, I genuinely think everyone will end up puncturing before this race is over. Are we gonna get a double puncture again? Max is actually using more tire right now. Are we gonna have more punctures for the collection? You give Floof 320 points and he still can't do well. We'll see. Seeing this, I get lucky actually. We'll see. You might actually be a little bit too lucky and end up. Honestly, you're probably in a very good spot right now. But let's face it, we could have a lot more punctures. Both of these guys stayed out, so both of them are going to puncture. Nearly for sure. For sure, nearly guaranteed. There we go. Singh has picked up a puncture. Are we going to see the same here for Max now? Chris Max can get it on the final corner and just barely survive enough to get back into the pits. Thing is, 2 Cosby here is also likely to puncture. Everyone below 50% here could potentially get a puncture purely because they're eating their tires at the moment. And Max goes around again. The corner of the damned. He survives it. Remember, the record for running on, useless tires the longest, I think, is 4% or so. It's either 3 or 4%. I don't remember exactly which. But we've had some pretty insane drives where people have been able to hold onto their tires far longer than they should have. And we also have a yellow flag here. Danger Man with a spin.
Here's the replay. Now let's take a look here at turn 10. Oh no, that's not how to do it.
Oh no. Yeah, Danger Man now, 42%. Max is still alive, still kicking. The dangerous corner coming up. And the dangerous corner claims another victim. Another victim has been claimed by that exact corner. And honestly, next one would be Cosby here. Or Petrov's driver. Currently in 10th, we are finding Ethan, who just needs to survive the next 10 laps here with the gaps presented to him. 3 seconds up front, 6 seconds down back. Ethan, all you need to do is take care of your tires and your revenge on champion will be complete. However, Cosby here could throw a wrench in your plans by picking up a puncture. And honestly, there's a lot of other drivers who could do the very same thing here. Birdie might have straight up won out by punch when they did. Least chaotic Brazil race? Indeed. Indeed it is. 20% now for 2 Cosby. 19%. Survived the corner. survived the corner of doom. Causing some pain to the cars behind. Yeah, Ethan here. 6 laps, 37%. That should be doable. But you are getting caught up here by Verdi, and that might not be a good thing. Because we do know that Cosby is not surviving. We have a yellow flag. Do we have an incident here? Crash involving multiple vehicles. DSB with yet another incident to add to his belt. Oh. That could have gone a lot more worse than just wheel banging here. Mourinho and DSB. Pius is still alive, however, so not the worst thing ever. And there we go. The corner claims another victim. 2 Cosby has picked up a puncture. That is going to change the order again. Oh, Ethan, I think you've spun.
There's a yellow flag now.
Not the worst spin you've ever done. Honestly, probably a decent time to do it because you're still 10th, but that wasn't really good for your tires. And now you have an angry... Now we have 2 drivers in low confidence next to each other, and we all know what that means. Crash Bandicoot might make an appearance here. 5 laps ago. If we're lucky, we have no more punctures, but who knows? It is still a lot of racing left. It could still happen. Birdie right now, two good tires to stay in this position. It's definitely going to move forwards a little bit. Losing points in the process, which is not great. And yeah, for Ethan here, 11th now. Question is, how quick is Poconaldo? 3 seconds a lap quicker at the moment. I don't think this is a respectable respective time. But Poconaldo could snatch this away from Ethan with those fresh tires. We'll have to see. What is the actual lap time here for Ethan? Trying to hold on. And Verdi has also caught up to DSB here. Gonna try and clear the low confidence driver without incident. But Poconaldo is reeling in Ethan. No 2 ways around it. Verdi moves up, giving DSB some more points in the process. That is not the that is not what you really wanted to have happen right there. And we are seeing 2.3 seconds lost a lap. 3 laps remaining. Ethan in danger as things currently stand. Have in mind I jinxed Ethan. No. Cosby out here just sabotaging people. I'm not too Cosby. I'm doomed. We'll have to see. Could still be lockups, could still be spins, punctures, everything in between. It's not over yet. But if Poconaldo scores points after killing Edster, then the Alpine Civil War is on for sure. The problem for Ethan here right now is that Poconaldo is reeling him in by nearly 2 seconds a lap and has 30% better tires. Lynchman currently enjoying a chill trip here in 10th place. We'll have to see if they can keep that up. Urara is fighting Mimic. Honestly, if we have any sort of crash through Urara and Mimic here, that could still shake things up quite a bit here. Verdi could catch up to Mourinho ahead, gaining 1.4 seconds a lap. Could also cause some mayhem if they crash. So this is not over by any measure. Ethan, a little bit quicker last lap. Only 3 tenths gain for Poconaldo. Final lap is beginning. But Ethan and Poconaldo here has a little bit more to go before they start their final lap. And look at Poconaldo. Just hunting with absolute aggression. And gets that move done really, really easily, unfortunately, for Ethan here. And then we have Hayes, the fastest car on track right now, behind, ready to get the rest of the scraps here, as it turns out. And does, in fact, get that done, unfortunately for Ethan here. Further up the order, Mourinho and Verdi have caught up with Aura farming here. Question is if they're going to get any overtaking done. I don't think so. We have Champier going across first. David gets a second place here. Mimic third, Urara fourth, and Doug Dimmadome fifth. Farming is going to get sixth. Then we'll have Mourinho and Verdi. DSB comes into 9th place here, which is a huge score of points. Danger Man is going to get 10th. And while Ethan fought tooth and nail, it just wasn't enough. And Poconaldo recovers here to an 11th place finish, which is a little bit wild after taking out your teammates, so they end up a lap behind. It's okay, I'll find a way to mess it up. Unfortunately, they did not find a way to mess it up, Dusk. Should give all drivers 100 aggression in Season 9.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that it's not going to be your race.
Well, I'm ahead of champion at least.
Very disappointed to have had their race
True.
end early.
So do I get a fast lap point? I think you need to score points to get that one, unfortunately, Christy.
Well,
So I don't think you get that one this time around, unfortunately. I got even too lucky. Let us see here. Yeah, that fast lap went Bolomolo's way, and unfortunately, so far down the order that did not get it. But yeah, we do see David here had an amazing run. 15 places up, not bad. Dangerman lost 7 places and is very happy finishing 10th. Poconaldo ended up 11th. DSB 9th. If we take a look at the Drivers' Championship then, Dangerman takes the lead here, ahead of Poconaldo and Too Fast to Cosby and Rob. Top 10 then are all drivers that will go through, I believe. So currently it's Dangerman, Poconaldo, Cosby, Petrov, Cosby, Real Max, DSB, Singh, Verdi, the bowling champion, David, and Haru Urara. Currently at the border, the Mimic, Mourinho, and Champier here will not go through. But as you can imagine, there's not a huge gap. One good result is all that is needed. Some of these guys to get through. And Edster is once again just straight up cursed. No way to get around it. Ethan here had a very unfortunate race. And, well, Bolomolo just hasn't had a good season so far. We'll have to see how that goes. Williams now take lead in the Constructors. At least my alter ego won. I'm just joining. Good to see I got 25 points there. Congrats. Yeah. Congrats. For now, though, we're going to speed along to Baku. We got our one rainy race out of the way. There is rainy qualifying in one of these two races, if I remember correctly. But we are done with the rain in the race itself. Now, I'm going to say for fun, even though I'm already in the main event, does it go back to the normal points? The main event will have the same point system. Main F1 will have the same point system as the one we're using today. With that said, though, we are ready to jump into the next race. Baku. We've had some mayhem so far. Let's see if it continues here in Azerbaijan, which usually has some high impact crash zones. Stroll said Alpine in my game. You should tell Floof that. He'll be very happy to hear it. Nero, can we go back to TPs? I enjoyed that. Not this season, but we might do, again, a split in the future where we do kind of just TPs versus TPs type thing. I'll have to see. Because it just ends up being a ton of work, and I've had several drivers just feel, say that they are kind of disappointed in how things went. Like they put effort in, and then the TP doesn't put as much effort in. So there are some concerns, but we might bring it back in some other form, or we might just straight up do TPs versus TPs type thing with maybe generated drivers. We'll see. I don't know. Hello, Seth. How you doing? It has been a while. Hope you're doing good. Let's see how these banker laps go. Mercedes has 5 teams running their engines in my save. That is wild, Zach. That is actually kind of nuts. Okay. Danger Man, fastest so far. DSP Max. Oh.
Here we've got a yellow flag.
Danger Man has crashed. I repeat, Danger Man has set the fastest time. And then crashed on the in-lap, I guess?
Unable to take evasive action. And that's definitely not how they would have imagined their qualifying going today.
That is a front wing tap right there. Well, I call it a tap, but clearly half the front wing is missing. So, Danger Man should just sit in the pits, send out the crashed one with low confidence. Odds are they're going to crash again. But yeah, Doug Dimmadome, Mourinho, McFasterson, Max, and DSP at risk of getting knocked out in Q1. And Doug here is actually on a fast lap right now. Danger did in fact spin, you're not wrong. Schumacher Monaco pole lap, we'll see. Doug improves to 3rd fastest, so there is improvements to be found. Edson now in danger. Outlast for all here. Sing now in danger too. And once again, we have racing on the outlap. Sing and the Red Bull. Sing and Max are about to ruin each other's qualifying. They are going side by side. They are giving each other no room, no space, no anything. And both of them are about to start a qualifying run. In the end, Sing bullies his way ahead. But this is not going to help either of them. This is going to get bad pretty quick. None of them can find advantage. Let's see what the first sector says. 35.5 is what they need. And 36.4 here for Sing. What about Max? Mourinho? Why did Max not get a time? Yeah, that is not good for them. DSB seems to be out at the moment. Edster is trying to improve. Could get out of Q1. Should be able to get out of Q1. Easton had a terrible first sector. Is on an in-lap. Is in danger. And right now, what can Edster do? Moves up. Ethan is out as it stands. Mourinho gonna potentially be knocking someone out. No, doesn't get it done. 19 fastest. Max and Sing just screwed each other over. Is B, Ethan, Sing, and the 2 Red Bulls out in Q1 here. I've never seen the AI decide to do their entire outlap side by side. All the time you have to leave the space. You're not wrong. I'm not wrong. But yeah, I was... excuse me. That was kind of weird to witness. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, we do not want to simulate. Little trigger happy from my side there.
We should have the green light now.
Let us get the banker laps down here. See you later, Cosby. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Have a good evening. Okay. Our banker laps have been completed. Doug Dimmadome is literally in the position where you want to be 10th here after I get demoted. We have Mimic, Champion, Crosby, Mullabolo, and Hayes here as the ones that need to make an improvement. Okay. Champion is improving. Coconaldo with a purple middle sector. Oh, that is 7/10 down in the middle sector here for Champion. That is not great. On the edge right now. On the edge. Kind of where you want to be. Immediately knocked down on the edge by Drew Cosby here. We have Doug Dimmadome and the Mimic coming in. Potentially going to knock either of them out. Purple middle sector there from Dimmadome. Could be a new fastest time here. And survey says second fastest. We even have Danger Man here improving. 30 in 11th at the moment. This could change drastically because we have improvements from the bottom three. We have improvements from 9th and 10th at the same time. We'll have to see how this ends up going here. Ball comes across up to 7th. There's Danger Man at risk. Ace now crosses the line. Does not improve, unfortunately. Danger Man does not improve either. Purple first sector and green middle sector, but the final sector just lets him down. 1.2 seconds slower than even Hayes. Gurara up to 9th at the moment. Champier. Bruce, and right now, both the Williams are out. Verdi is out. We have two Cosby out and the two Ferrari drivers. Again, the Williams are actually pretty well placed here. So they'll be very happy with how this qualifying has gone.
Okay, so the green light is now.
Bank collapse underway. Let's see what happens here. Who is gonna get that 1 point from qualifying out of position, I'd say? Currently, it is the Mimic. Champier is the first car out to set the actual fast lap. And we'll actually meet some traffic here. Verstappen has 116 carry wins, Piastri 60. Sounds like they're dominating your save a little bit. Yeah, let's see what Champier can do right now. Traffic is ahead, and I think that is going to be enough that this lap is not going to be too great. Yellow first sector, immediately. Yellow first sector there, immediately. Are we going to see any other improvements? But to be fair, having a bad second run here isn't a bad thing. You kind of want to end up 9th in Q3. See a purple first sector from Doug. Starts off with a flyer, moves up to 4th place here, Champier. Can the Dimmadome do? As they're not improving in the first sector. 2 purple so far from Doug. Are we going to see 3 purple sectors? No, but it is enough to go top of the leaderboard here. Aura Farmer and Edster are running kind of side by side here. Edster improved the middle sector, but it's not looking for improvement. Even so, finds it, goes up to 4th. Aura Farmer goes up to 2nd. And Urara, next one, pushing through here. Up to 4th. Again, 9th is the goal. Unless you get that 1 point for pole position. Olobolo up next, 4th. Pocanaldo retains 9th. What you really want to do here, Pocanaldo did it. And it looks like Doug Dimmadome is going to get at least 1 point here from pole position. And McFace is also not improved. So we have a lineup here, if you will. Haas losing as usual? You say that, but one Haas is on pole. So technically not losing, I guess.
Final checks are being carried out.
Okay. Let us jump straight into the race here. I don't know if it's because I've been streaming. I haven't streaming for a while, but I'm feeling a little bit groggy. So we'll have to see how I feel after this race. But I think we'll power through.
Well, it's
Let's
great
get
to
in
have
here.
you. This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out. And away
That's away we go. David is in 10th here with his teammate Pocanaldo in 9th. Let's see if they can hold on here. That is going to be the goal. Tire the cars, get out of the way, and we'll see how this goes. The Williams are moving forwards. Not really what you want to do, but it's what they've decided to do. Max Verstappen now finds himself in 10th place. And we have Max Verstappen in the wall potentially. Crashed on turn 6.
Let's have a look then at turn 6. And makes contact with the wall. Well, following a crash like that.
Just gets a little bit bullied, hits the wall, loses half his front wing. Not a great start here for the Floof clone, if you will. I'm gonna allow this to just run at 4x, and I'm gonna go and get myself something to drink. Be right back. I have returned with a drink. I thought I muted my microphone, so sorry about that. Yeah, it seems like McPherson has been cursed. It seems like Cosby has caused a safety car. And Urara has taken the opportunity to jump straight into the pit.
Now here we are at the final corner.
Just a can of Coke, Dusk.
The car makes contact.
Oh,
They may have been
okay.
their mark, but I think that was a little too literal, don't you?
That's a wild crash.
And look at the team there. They all knew.
That's some insane G-forces right there. All things considered. Cosby's out. We even have a mechanical failure cooking right here. And it's a slow-ish stop here for the Mercedes too. Double stack for the Williams. And it's a really, really slow stop on top of it. William double stack with a slow stop is not what they needed right now. Are they going to give you a new front wing? At least they did that. But yeah, that was an insanely hard crash there for Petrov. Insanely hard crash. Because of where it happened.
Now is that
A lot of... Oh!
Is that the Williams
Did he crash under safety car? He did in fact crash under safety car. Who said let's go Williams? You cursed it. Engine man here loses half his front wing after just pitting under safety car in a double stack. And here we go. Those who didn't pit are now pitting. Ericsson hit him. Professional jinxer. I should make that like a Discord title. I don't know if I can make it a title, like a chat title, but Professional Jinxer should be just my Discord title. Man is back in the pits. They're getting that front wing fixed. But it's going to get shuffled all the way to the back as a result. Are we going to have any more crashes now? Are we going to have any more incidents? Surely not. I'm pretty sure we are going to have at least one more car eating the wall. It is tradition at this point. Particularly in Baku, when you have so many cars being very, very equal. There's a lot of places where they will just run too wide and eat a wall. Like the first corner here now. Lockup. Okay, no lockup. Molo with the mechanical fall. The AI is really just eating these engines parts, I think. With 2 mechanical falls so far. Gonna spice things up a little bit. Ethan now, once again, finds himself in 10th. Is this the race where it's gonna go the way of the Haas? We can all pray and hope. But the third time might be the charm, we'll see. Safety car's gonna crash soon, damn. My driver is bottling from the championship lead. Well, we do have one man here, the king of bottling. So I think you're good. A couple of changes of position, but nothing too serious. Currently, though, it is going pretty smoothly. I'm going to 16 exit a little bit. Because as I said, I'm not feeling super great. Probably just because it's hot. So just speeding it up a little bit for my sake. So far, though, 10th place. Been some shuffling. Ethan, you've been shuffled down to 14th at the moment. That's not great. Ronaldo is trying to get some points here. Trying to get into that 10th place. Side-by-side fighting, though, could have negative consequences for both of these guys currently fighting for 10th. Oh, we have a pit stop here. 30. Medium tires. And Daly here has had his mechanical fault escalate. How is Daly's car? It's a gearbox that's about to explode. Okay. For the most part, gearboxes aren't really exploding for anyone else because they haven't been getting into much trouble. But I have a feeling Petrov is going to need a new car. Not just the gearbox, the entire car going into next race weekend. Please explode. Damn. I love how Lando's just there. Please explode. It'd be great if you exploded. Have you tried this trick? It's called exploding. Hey, Ethan, you're in the pit lane. And they have offered you another soft tire. I don't know if that is the play. Soft tires are really, really good around here. But that's actually just your first tire change. Okay, that's actually kind of nuts then. They didn't pit you on the safety car. Bro, it's just being honest. True. I've taken soft tires with third left of Baku. Yeah, as a player, you'll have an easy time taking soft tires along at Baku, but the AI doesn't really do that. That's kind of the measure what is a good or bad tire choice in the Video Championship. Whether the AI can handle that. Like we can see Hayes here about to get a new set of tires himself. And they've elected to give more soft tires. So at least Ethan isn't the only cursed one. Can they pit me, please? I didn't even pit me. The safety car. Well, thank God. I love the pain of not being pit. Molabola right now finds himself in 10th. And right now, gaps are forming. Are we going to have a clean rest of the race here, or are we going to have an incident? Max right now in 10th. Molabola pulling away. Barsterson goes into the pit lane along with Mourinho. Are there more soft tires? Of course there are. What about the Red Bull? That too is more soft tires. So soft tires are being eaten right now. Carson actually got hard tires. Okay, that's my bad. The red inner lining fooled me, I guess. Damn you, V-Carb, and your tire color choices. Time to undercut. We'll have to see how that goes. Well, it is actually going pretty well, all things considered. Paul's mechanical fault is escalating. More gearbox trouble, I do believe. It is, in fact, gearbox trouble. We'll hopefully have the AI replace that by the final race, or they're going to be very, very sad. Molabola out into pit lane. Hard tires, those will go till the end. Question is just, how will things look by then? Ace will need another stop. So there will be some more shuffling. All the hard runners will probably go to a soft at the end. Champier right now is going for medium to hard, so going to go all the way till the end there. And soft tires for Max. I have no clue who is actually going to get the 10th place finish here, because there's so many interesting tire strategies. Molo's been so unlucky. Molo has been unlucky, and I feel like Molo either is unlucky or just wins the entire thing. Well, at least get some wins. Get what I mean. Last lap goes the way of Hayes. The undercut here might be too strong for the Ferrari driver. Why do I start winning when I don't want to be winning? Well, it is 8 points, so in theory, can you get through with 16 points? You cannot, Edster, so you can't win. You need to do something else. You need to score a little bit more than 8 points here. But as things stand, Hayes is through. And so is also the Mimic here, as Champier cannot go through.
And who's that having an issue in the pit?
Pit stop issue for Urara.
Talk us through this one.
So the Mercedes crew are out. Oh, hang on, the front right doesn't want to come off.
Even with just one car left in the race, Mercedes finds a way to cause problems. And then they just teleport that wheel back on. Yeah, with that, Urara now all the way to the back. That's not necessarily a bad thing with hard tires. It gives them a chance to shuffle their way back up into 10th, really. Currently, Man pits away from 10th. Did they do? They did. Williams decided that one double stack under the safety car was enough. We'll do another double stack. This time, unforced in the pit lane, just for fun. As David now is at last on a soft tire. 23 laps to go. The soft tires can't survive that long. We'll have to see if the AI manages them well enough to make that happen. Currently, we find Champion in 10th, but there are some cars I need to pit around him. So the order is going to change by the end of this. Nero, why factory required level 0 and I abuse sponsors? From I'm pretty sure the factory efficiency just goes so high that it just overflows the integer. So don't abuse sponsors for the factory. It just, again, breaks your save. Anytime you want to do some sort of abuse, make sure you back up your save. I think it's just that the percentage goes too high and your factory just breaks as a result. You can try and downgrade or upgrade your factory in the editor to compensate.
Oh, that's a slow one.
But genuinely, that's the only way it makes sense for me. Edster now. Pit stop issue. You might be getting your wish here. Wasting a little bit of time there, which puts you down to... Didn't actually put you that far down. You're in 6th as things stand. So yeah, need a little bit more of a helping hand than just 6th place here, unfortunately. Mimic currently running in 10th. Cars around that is going to need to pit, however. Oh, yeah, bowled properly. It did give him soft eyes, though, so that could help with pulling down the order later on in the race. We'll see. We shall see. Let us see here. Because we still have 5 cars here fighting for 10, really. Curious to see if anyone is going to break away, end up in trouble. Somehow, Champion is here again in 10th as Hayes finally pits again. That undercut doing work, and that's a medium tire. That will definitely work till the end here. And as Mourinho, Singh, and, well, Verdi will need to pit here too. That's going to give Hayes some, well, free positions. Probably a little bit more than they'd like. But free positions are free positions. There is a maximum value when these sponsors, yeah. But as long as you do it on just the CFD building, because the sponsorship for the factory is a different one. So just avoid using the sponsorship for the factory and just pick up the one for the CFD building if you really, really want to just abuse that. And the team hub, to put it like that. Currently though, McPherson is a 10. Singh is going very, very long on these hard tires. Are we going to get another incident of a puncture? I can see it happen. It remains to be seen. 10 to 11 out for the V-Cubs. Edster is back in the lead here. But you bottle so hard that you end up winning. I'm sorry, Edster, that the season of the mid is when you're gonna get assassinated by your teammate, pick up a, well, technically a race win, and still potentially not be through. We have a yellow flag. The bottle champion has bottled.
What's happened there? Now this is turn 6. Oh, and a fairly substantial crash there.
Half of the course. It is just unfortunate, yeah. Yes, Ethan's celebrating the misfortune of his eternal rival. Check standings. We can take a quick look. As it stands, the real Maxey takes the lead. Singh would be the last one through. And at the border here, we have Mimic, Vice, and David. So yeah, we also do have Pace McPherson here, so Mimic is actually through. But yeah, as it stands, we're going to have an actually potentially interesting title fight here if things stay like this. So maybe the system is decent enough for creating interesting scenarios, but let's face it. Champion here is going to fall down the order when they are forced to pit again. They might fight back up on fresh softs, let's be honest here, with 15 laps to go. But even so, it's going to be a hard ask. Let's not lie to ourselves. Singh now comes in the pit lane too. And we have the Danger Man in the wall. The order is getting shuffled again.
And there's been quite a crash. Now this was at turn 1.
Okay, but how to gain
Oh,
safety
that's a
simulation?
pretty big impact there, and they'll have to
Okay,
pick
I thought
themselves
he
up after
ran
that.
head first into the wall, but yeah, that's bad for the gearbox. That's bad for the engine.
And clearly they're not what everyone
That's
in the
not
garage
good
would
for the
have
final race of the season that's coming up. That is really not what you needed. You're not wrong, Shay. The CFD simulator building is the tier 4 sponsored at Buff's facilities. I don't know why we got a second view on that danger, sorry, but yeah, that is an unfortunate incident. No full safety car. Mourinho is going to need to pit here. Birdie, Dimmadome, Bocanaldo all need to pit. Farming here needs to pit. We should see a lot of pit stops right now. Dimmadome comes in. Bocanaldo stays out. The Alpine master plan is ineffable. Impossible to understand. Dimmadome comes in. Mourinho gets some soft tires. Dimmadome now. Fresh tires and in 10th place. Kind of where everyone wants to be. That works out great for him. But yeah, both Bocanaldo and Verdi needs to pit here. When they do pit, they are going to get shuffled pretty far down the order. They really need to pit under this virtual safety car. Because they'll end up spending 14 seconds. They save 5 seconds pitting under it. And let's face it. Oh, wait, virtual safety car is ending. This hypothetical is now null and void. But if they had pitted, they would end up basically 10th, 9th. That area. They would have been perfectly set up for a good result here. Unfortunately, their AI decided that we are staying out. And they probably are going to pit this lap now. Waste an additional 5 seconds. Nope, we're doing another one. Okay. This is the puncture strategy. The Hulkenberg red flag one that we talked about on Discord. Remains to be seen. Oh, we have Verdi here with a puncture and a crash.
We've had a crash. What happened there? Here we are down at turn 7.
Runs into the wall, skids off, and that is a puncture and front wing damage. And Verdi now is going to cause some pretty big holdups, let's be honest. It's going to be some holding up of the cars behind. But that is really unfortunate. If you hit thunder, that'd just be face bombing. That is kind of sad. It's very unfortunate. Bocanaldo does another lap here. Certain that someone is going to cause a red flag or a safety car. David now in the coveted 10th place. Ethan in 11th. The cars behind are coming to claim the win, claim those points. Fresh soft tires, fresh front wing for Verdi. Still going to need a safety car here to really get back into this, I think. Well, I don't think, I know. The gap is just 40 seconds with 12 laps to go. That's a little hard to cover without a safety car. Ethan right now, about to charge on David here for 10th place. This is the race. Is Ethan going to jinx himself now? Not on this corner, but does in fact set fastest lap of the race. Which is immediately taken away by Mourinho. But is doing their best to chase down that 10th place. And they've even caught up to Bocanaldo here now. Bocanaldo is the roadblock. Bocanaldo is 6 seconds slower than the cars around him. 6 seconds lost per lap. 3 laps and it's a pit stop. Is Bocanaldo being blocked from going into the pits? Yes. Another lap, another 6 seconds lost. This is not going to be a good time for the Poconaldo. As they're cruising out front, away from his teammate is sabotaging himself as things stand. And Ethan now is in danger because there is a Alpine torpedo behind him. Need to run away. Ethan is going to give me the safety, I'm sure. We'll have to see, Dusk. We'll have to see. But right now, Poconaldo might give you the safety from just staying out too long. But finally, the Alpine comes in the pit lane. It might be too little too late, though. We'll have to see if they can make any sort of change here. Comes out a good, well, 15, 16 seconds behind points. Not a great place to be. Urara moves up to 11th here, finding Mourinho. Ethan still just chilling in 10th, but might take 9th here by overtaking David, which would not be the best move. But we shall see. Ethan moves up to 9th, ahead of the Williams. Again, not really recommended to do so, but the AI does not care for the point allocation. Being fought tooth and nail here for that 9th place. This is not going to stop anytime soon. Dimmadome, Max 27% left on those tires. Max now is going to be put in a bit of a serious situation because by pitting, he'll end up basically down by champion, but really needed to pit probably 3 laps ago, to be fair. Get your ass in that pit lane. No, there's another lap. Max here, throwing it away a little bit and could be the course of a safety car. Ethan is still chilling in 10th. Asta is still chilling out front. No one really reeling him in as it stands. Urara is not giving up against Mourinho for that final point scoring position. But yeah, the question now is just Max here. What is going to happen with him? If he holds up the train behind, we could get a very long train. And he does in fact do that. We could get a longer train here for the fight for... the 10th. He could shuffle cars forwards because now he does come into the pit lane. Had to do it. And with that, he shuffles Ethan to 9th, Mourinho to 10th, and Singh here to 11th. Are we going to have any more pit stops? Probably not. We'll have to see who ends up where by the end of this. It is a bit of a close fight right now. Another run down the main straight. Mourinho here is chasing 4 cars, 3 cars ahead, but is in that 10th place. Really should just stay put. Don't think it's going to happen though, so we'll have to see how this goes. 5 laps remaining here in Baku. Mourinho moves up to 9th place ahead of Ethan. Ethan now back into 10th. Edster has lost the lead up front. Overtaken by the Mimic. And that is bad for the chance of getting through to F1. Really needs that race win right now when they are up front, or to jump into the pit lane, get shuffled down to around 10th. Hard to say what they will end up doing. David here with some older tires. McFace, McPherson, not McFace, with some older tires. And generally, we do have a 6-car DRS train here, which will decide who ends up 10th, 9th, and 11th. Ronaldo is going really, really quick, though, down the order here. 44-1 here for Poconaldo, which puts him at gaining 6 seconds on basically the McPherson train here. If things remain as they are, Poconaldo will also become a part of the fight for 10th here. Poconaldo, I said he kind of shafted himself a little bit. I was wrong. He's actually going to be a part of this fight in the last couple of laps, which would be wild. But it seems like it will in fact happen. Then, still holding on to 10th. Currently, champion is holding up Poconaldo a little bit, but another lap, another 2-3 seconds gained. And just like that, Max 2 now is becoming part of this this fight here. Max needs to just clear champion here. And Poconaldo now has caught up to this DRS train. Oh, that is a red flag, everyone. Champion bounces off the wall. We have 3 laps to go. And we have a red flag. Three laps to go should mean that we will get 1 lap of racing. Revenge part 2. We need to save that for AFN for the future. He bounced off the wall. This is gonna sabotage so many drivers.
Watching the Ferrari.
The Alpine dodges out of the way. That's the wildest part.
Into the wall, and they'll definitely be facing a few questions from the team after that.
The Bottler champion almost killed the Alpine. The Alpine just looks in the mirrors and dodges him.
Do about that one.
And then he gets upset and hits the wall instead. That is wild. But yeah, we have a red flag. Session has been suspended. It's going to be 1 to 2 laps of racing. Poconaldo and Max fuming right now because they had huge tire advantage.
Sense of deja vu here as the drivers once again face the countdown.
Okay, final lap.
And away we go.
1 lap shootout here. And Doug Dimmadome. Aura farming. Old mediums here for us to get started. Old medium tires for both of them. Let's see who holds on to 10th here. Ethan is currently there. Needs a decent start. Not too good, not too bad. But yeah, we have Doug Dimmadome and Aura Farming both on 60% mediums. They are going to be in danger here. That's not the best start there for Ethan. It's going to get jumped by Singh. That is not a great start there. Singh now up into 10th place here. Ezra retains the lead at least. Is to secure as many points as possible. And with this now, Ethan is in a little bit of a pickle here. But Poconaldo saves him. Poconaldo on 71% 1 softs. It's not going to get anything done here, I think. Should have Ethan securely tucked in 11th, I do believe. But yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. Final lap underway. Currently, we have the B-Carbs in 9th and 10th, Ethan in 11th. And we'll have to see if anyone can take those 8 points away from Edster as well. Will be 1 drag race towards the line to get any sort of overtake done. And it will be without DRS because of that red flag. Let us see if Poconaldo can do it. It's used tires. Ethan should have every advantage here, but Poconaldo is inching closer. Is it enough though? We even have Aura Farmer here hunting down the win. Couldn't get it done. Oh. Did Singh move ahead of McPherson? And Ethan does secure 11th. Singh throws away some points here. McPherson isn't eligible, so it doesn't matter. But Singh just threw away 5 points by getting that overtake done.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that it's not going to be.
Surely they have used softs. Clearly they didn't. But yeah, Edster picks up a quote-unquote win. Pace McPherson gets 10th here. Singh and Ethan scores 11 and 9. Dimmadome 8 here. Mourinho 7th. Then we have David, Hayes, Champier. They make an aura farming. And with that, the drivers see Harman Singh here move up to the lead in the championship. And right now, we have Pace McPherson here, who will get promoted, can't get promoted. With that, Ethan moves up to potentially getting through to F1. We'll have to see how this final race will go. And theoretically, all of the top 10 could take the win here away from Harman Singh. We'll have to see. RB with a healthy lead at the moment. The nightmare continues. Say hello, Pocanaldo. The nightmare continues. You are currently 4th in the championship, though. So you aren't that much of it in a nightmarish situation. But yeah, that red flag from AFN definitely did not do you any favors. Finally, we have the Shadow Realm, Austria, as our final race of this F2 season. Ouch. Let's see who gets sent to the gravel zone, as they say. Being called Stress Toto is really hating me. I'm 4th in the championship for how mid the car is. Well, every car is the same, so it's just the driver. And of course the strategy, which is wild. Not Toto, never mind. I flashed being a Mercedes for a second. Yeah, I was questioning that one, Dusk, to be honest. But yeah, we shall see. FN got his wish of being in Ferrari granted, and he's still suffering. To be fair, if he wasn't suffering, something was wrong with the world. The break was too long, I forget everything. That's okay, Pocanaldo. Oh yeah, it's a sanctioned heavy rain qualifying. The sprinklers have been turned on. Let's hope no one locks up into the first corner, shall we? Okay. It is going to be a one-shot quality towards the end of the session. These are straight-up banker laps. How 4th because of how French the Alpine is. I think we figured out... Oh, Ethan has already locked up.
It's obviously quite wet out there. The wheels just lock up there. And they'll need to be mindful of the effect.
I think DSB has caused like 5 yellow flags, so I think he's currently in the lead. To be fair. I'm 4th because of how French Alpine is. I think you're 4th, Pocanaldo, because Floof is sleeping. And when Floof sleeps, the Alpine can do okay. You did also crash out Edster, though, in Brazil. Like, you killed him, straight up. So that is probably also why. Obviously just warming the tires. Needs a little bit more heat. You're currently not through. But it is the bank collapse, so no big concerns there. I saw yellow. It's farming.
Just look at how wet the asphalt is. Whoa, and there it goes. And I wonder, could they have done anything about that?
That was close to being a crash. Okay. We're getting close to when it's supposed to dry up a little bit. Send me out? Not yet. Look at this. We need to wait like one more lap before we send you out. Maybe 3. Yeah, 3 more laps before we send you out. So Case is trying to improve but can't. Because it is wetter on track now than it was at the beginning. Yeah, a lap around here is a minute, so when I said it was 6 minutes left on the clock, 3 more laps looks good. I could say minutes, but that isn't as fun. But yeah, now it is drying up. Let us see here. Everyone on an out lap. And I think I'll be fine. If not, their last... we'll get some simulation here of the qualifying. I don't want to sabotage anyone. Okay. Champion. After your DNF last race, are you going to get out of Q1? Has AFN gotten out of Q1 yet? Did he last race? I don't actually remember. That purple middle sector is scary. But I think I'll be okay. I'm just about okay. With quicker than Danger Man. 2 Cosby, where are you gonna end up? You gonna cause me pain and suffering by being one of the 5? Oh yeah, we might be in trouble. We'll see. Improvements are happening. Raikkonen is falling down the order. I played with fire and I might have lost, but I think I'm okay. Yeah, I am okay. Currently, Max, can you get out of danger? You can. Ethan, can you get out of danger? 2 Cosby is out. Farming is out. Mourinho's out. What about Ethan? Ethan saves himself at the cost of Edster's life. David, Farming, 2 Cosby, Mourinho, and Edster out in Q1 here. Yes! Ethan just celebrating all the wins he can get here. Okay, is this going to be a one-shot quali? No, it's going to be a do as many runs as you want quali.
Okay, that's the green light now.
Where's my heavy rain? I was promised heavy rain. I was forced to forecast heavy rain here. That's the fun part.
Over the line, lift off and mode charge. Mode charge.
Let's see what we can do here.
Follow your delta.
Oh, sing with a lockup.
Now this is where the RB driver's involved. Things were all right here. And there goes the steering. Now they did leave it very late.
Sail a little bit deeper into the gravel. It was promised to him 4,000 years ago. Let us see here. Oh, purple final sector for Molo. They're getting a little bit drier, it is. Getting close to final runs here. Outlap for Hayes, outlap for, well, both Ferraris here, really. And currently we have Champion, Max, Hayes, Ethan, and Poconaldo finding himself in the danger zone. Remember, the winner of qualifying is actually the one that qualifies 11th. So let's see who has a good final run here. P11 does not mean I'm P2. Well, technically you'll be P10 because Raikkonen will get sent back to the Shadow Realm. So, yeah, 11th is actually the best qualifying position. And Hayes moves up to 4th. What about the other Italian? 79. It's not good enough, but it's not super bad either. Singing improves slightly. Look at this, just 3/10. Oh, that is traffic. That is Champion out, and that is Danger Man in the wall. Champion claims another victim. This time for blocking him. Danger Man gets sent straight to the Shadow Realm. That, I think, is qualifying over and done with.
Oh, that's where they hit the wall.
That is
And all it can
wild
take
that he
is
loses
one
it to the
mistake,
left instead of the
one
right.
faulty lapse of concentration.
There's
It's
3 minutes
not
left.
going the
Yeah,
way
but the
they
AI suck at sending their cars out. Turn left to go right. Let's crash, yeah. Saint Japan explained my pain. He did indeed. And with 141 millimeters on track, it's not going to be any improvements here. It's 0.2 millimeters, or rather 0.20 millimeters more than it was pre. And with that, Saint Japan actually might qualify in 11th here. Unless they destroyed their car, this might have been a genius move. And yeah, we're not seeing any improvements there. As expected, really. Saint Japan might start 10th as a result of its shenanigans, unless they need new car parts. We'll see. That means I start P10 though. That was intentional. See, the plan is laid out for all to see. Okay, one-shot quali. Here we go. This is the one-shot quali I've been waiting
Should
for.
have the green light now.
Crashgate 4.0. Is it just 4.0? I feel like we're way beyond 4.0 in terms of crash gates in this championship. Okay. Who is going to qualify 9th? The master plan, yeah. Did I? Didn't feel like a one-shot quali. Oh, they're all really, really close here so far. 18 blanks, 18 ones, 39s, 38s. Oh, DSP here. Are we going to see a McLaren take front row? There is 1,000 between first and second at the moment. McLaren does, in fact, go booming. As turns out. Same here for the RB. Bolo goes slow, strategically slow. Durara goes third fastest, and Singh goes fourth fastest here. Bolo strategically placing himself close to that 10th place. There will be no more improvements. This is the order. As we get ready for the race itself. There were some improvements in the final sectors, but not enough to make a difference. Okay. Quote unquote season finale is upon us. Who will go through to F1? Who will be eliminated? It all gets decided here. And the big question is, where does Danger Man start? Does he start in 10th? Or will they start in the pit lane with us? Remains to be seen.
The anticipation is really building here. The crowd are ready, the cars are ready. It's the Austrian Grand
I don't think
Prix.
I'm seeing a Williams in 10th.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
I'm seeing a Cosby and a Danger Man with me in the pit lane. Unfortunately, the shenanigans did not work out in your favor. You have been relegated to pit lane duty. It is just how things are. I will retire my vehicles, and then we'll see how this race start goes. Poconaldo somehow back in 10th place. This is some witchcraft that cannot be explained. DSP leads us away. A couple of hard runners here. For the most part, very similar in terms of tires. And I think that is Ethan getting shuffled off this mortal coil and towards the back of the order. He did say his eternal rival was behind him. He primed himself for this outcome. Ethan just jinxed himself very, very badly and got shuffled straight down to 18th. I should have pretended it was an accident. True. This is why she kept trying to change fate. You must start in the pit lane. Oh, ciao, Ethan. But yeah, we are going here now. Fastest lap in the hands of DSB. And the gap there is forming, but we are interested in the 10th place here, which has been stolen by Champion. Is Champion going to cause another red flag? Look at the speed of that Alpine missile. Charging. Edster picks up some damage immediately here. Is it underfloor? Has to be underfloor. I see no damage on the wing. No message that he went wide. The gravel has claimed its first victim, and it is Edster, unfortunately. Traditions at this point, and we have a McLaren 1-2 up front. Standings. If things remain as they are, these are the standings here. Pocanello would end up second. Bola Champion would move up to third. It's funny. So I need Singh to score at least a couple of points here. And Pace McPherson would still be in the points, which means we move one down. So David is through. 30 needs one more point as things stands to be through. But it's going to be a really, really close cutoff here because 16th to, again, 11th is just 3 points. Anyone could still crash out and change the order of things. But yeah, Champion here, 9th moment, Bolo Bolo into that 10th place. And we'll see how this one goes. Edsa is losing a lot of pace here due to that underfloor damage by the looks of it. Not going to do him any favors this race. Half a second slower than most of the grid. Event not first in championship, no surprise, damn. This was fun, lol. I'm sorry, Edster, you tried your best. The game just said, nah. You kids, we could still have a massive crash. Yes, I'm sorry, everyone. I spoke. All around me are familiar crashes. Yeah, we need a couple more angles to figure out what's going on here. So Urara is definitely dead. Sorry. Sorry. Not in the sense of the game. Don't crucify me for that one. But we have at least 3 cars here with damage. We have a full safety car. I need to actually find Urara, and I want to look at this. And I also want to take a look through the Aston. Bolo Bolo is actually safe, so it is Verdi, unfortunately. When you look behind you in the kebab line, 3 a.m. But yeah, not a great start to this race for a number of you guys. And so far, it's just a safety car.
Oh dear, a crash.
What exactly happened here? So it is a rejoin, and it's a bad one. And the Ferrari doesn't escape the mayhem either.
And while all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but watch on.
That is a full red flag. We have Verdi and Urara out. Apparently, Champion can continue. Get another angle, and yeah, it's just... It's just a very unsafe rejoin. I think your car is finito, Dusk, unfortunately. 10 minutes to clean up. Urara and Verdi. We'll have to see if they give Champion here a new front wing. But Edson needs like 5 more of these crashes. Sorry, 4 more of these crashes. And then he'll be a very, very happy customer.
It's lights out and
They did, in fact, fix this car. How does it feel, Cosby, knowing that they can fix a car as long as it isn't yours? Did Urara get away with no penalties for that one? No penalties given. What? No penalty for that rejoin. That's insane. Yeah, we could have more incidents there. There's nothing to really stop it. Currently, Doug Dimmadome is chilling in tent. And after that incident... Well, it's Vice Dimmadome, not Doug, but, you know, I have to. Vice Dimmadome here is currently on track to winning the race. Just 3 points ahead of second and third. If things remain as they are. And David would be our final contestant. Again, it's very, very close margins here for getting through or getting eaten out. But unfortunately, with Verdi and Urara both having DNF'd here, they are out straight up. They will not be going through to F1, unfortunately. And I'm seeing a Mourinho here. I'm seeing a Red Bull being sent to the Shadow Realm. I'm feeling someone got bullied in the sandbox section of the race track. With that, we have Champier in 10th. Ari was doing her best, but that rejoin needed a little bit more work, unfortunately. There are battles going up in front, though, between the McLarens. We could still have more incidents here. In fact, I'd be surprised if we didn't have more incidents here. With how many positions are swapping at the moment. If Cosby somehow finds his way back into 10th, it is inevitable. And as things stand, gonna get that F2 title. Come on, I need to slow down even more. Let's speed this first half of the race up a little bit. I see we have some more damage. More underfloor damage here for the Mimic. There is going to be a lot of cars eating underfloor damage after being bullied wide in the gravel section. And as long as this DRS train persists too, the odds of that happening is just going to continue going up. Continue going up, up, up. Are we going to see Red Bull being sent to the gravel zone? No. Just an overtake on the outside, which is kind of wild, all things considered. Ace running a little bit away with this race, as things stand. I'm still alive, so there are incidents awaiting. Danger Man announcing that you better watch out. You better not pout. There are walls around this track, and I'm gonna hit one of them. There are walls out front, and I will hit at least one of them. Danger Man right here. The one to worry for. There's walls around every track? Yes, and Danger Man has hit about half of them already. Hasn't hit any around here, though, yet, so the walls better be scared. Lock up in 3, 2, 1. Fire. Damn, disappointing. Disappointing. So far, though, we'll have to see how this goes. It is still a pretty close fight, all things considered. As mentioned, just a lockup or a bad rejoin. Could see a very similar scenario play out again. Lockup or we riot? I was just about to say Edson is doing well even with the damage, and then he lost 2 positions. So yeah, I'm not gonna open my mouth anymore. I cursed that man. And Hayes is losing out to McPherson right now. Just a tire diff. Although desperation here could play a murderous part, all things considered. Ronaldo has actually moved up to 4th, which isn't a good thing. Oh, almost pushed wide there too. Are we going to see anyone getting sent to the Shadow Realm? Not yet. Max moves down to 6th. Champion has somehow found their place in 10th. And if Champion wins, well, too fast of course we need to score fewer points, but Hollow Champion could actually win something here. Ace now in the pit lane. I believe those were hard tires. If I cannot be promoted, would I be allowed to race with the 2nd division as well instead of a known player driver? It's fine if not, I just want to know. If you cannot be promoted, I have no problem with like allowing you to race in the 2nd division as an ineligible driver. Basically, you're allowed to race, you're just filling up a slot, but you can't be promoted to F1 through the 2nd division. That's fine by me, honestly, because again, more real people just makes it more fun. But I would be up for that, basically. Yeah, no worries, Edster. You're very welcome. Yeah, man, this race was looking great until it wasn't. You're currently in 11, Poconaldo. I think you did get 4 stuff and put into a good position, so I don't think you should complain too much. As we see some pit stops happening. What happens if multiple people want it? Want what exactly, Edster? So what you're saying, Poconaldo, you will that into existence. DSB and Max have pitted, mediums for both of them. Can Hayes go till the end of these rounds? I don't think so. But weirder things have happened. We've had our incident. Edster, the curse continues. The pain has not ended.
There's a yellow flag now.
Let us see. I need a picture for my collection. So what has happened here? Crash involving multiple vehicles. It's the Bold Champion that has run wide and rejoins unsafely. I think my dinner's getting ready since the buy again. Enjoy your dinner, Cosby. Big question here now is, did Edster survive or did he die with that? I didn't do anything this time, I'd say. It was clearly the Bold Champion who bottled you. Ball you hard. The ball strikes again. AFN. Let's see if you live. You did not live. It is a red flag. The prayer that we needed like 4 more incidents like that might come through, but unfortunately you were one of those incidents. And you can't really avoid the baller who just does not check his mirrors. Lance Stroll, is that you?
As for the team back in the garage,
I think we had a scroll moment right there from AFN. My eternal rival is gone. I love that AFN killed Ethan in the first race, and after that Ethan has just been celebrating every time he's crashed.
and it's lights out, and away we go.
But yeah, unfortunately for Edster, that is him out. And if we take a look right now in the standings here, that means I'm pretty sure our bottler is out in F2, unfortunately for him. And also for Edster here, has a race win, has a podium, but is unfortunately out. Very unfortunate. Bolomola has been cursed here, so we'll have to see. Maybe they get a little bit of a blessing. But yeah, that is very unfortunate. But that is just the reality of the situation. Oconaldo. Ah, I'm seeing some shuffles here from Danger Man and Ethan. Ethan celebrates Bowler's death, and then he gets bowled himself. And then he shuffles the Danger off track to try and get away from it. He'll be on site for him. What, are you gonna bully him on Discord? You know what? I just want Molo to do well so I can finish last. I think you'd be the first race, like, quote-unquote race winner that finished last in any sort of tournament. So yeah, as long as Molo scores more than 8 points here, you'd set a very interesting record. Ethan deserves a professional Jinx Discord role. Professional hater. Professional AFN hate watcher. Mimic takes the lead here, but Champierre and Mourinho are fighting for 10th. And then oh! Rejoin? Ah! Ooh, Mourinho, you had one job. You had one job to unsafely rejoin and you failed. Oh. Estes the Antonelli of this season. Absolute goat performance, damn. To be fair, Poconaldo, Edstead was lining up for like 20 points in Brazil and then you killed him. So, I don't know. I think you're slightly to blame for Edstead's misfortune this season. Slightly to blame. Yeah, that's just Alpine stuff. Hi, join from your main. What? That's just Alpine stuff. Every Brazil race we kill each other. I'm reconsidering the whole Chow squad. Let's 40 more laps now. We can definitely get a third red flag. We can get like 4 or 5 red flags if this gang sticks together like this. Like, just needs one good shove and one bad rejoin. And then we have another 2 victims. We also do have cars with underflow damage, which can shake things up a little bit. Being French too. Oh. Rejoin, 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 rejoin. Ah. Oh. Okay. McFasterson played it well. How can I race? Hello, Booga. Basically, whenever we start a new season, we have applications on my Discord, and there you can find the rules for the season, rules on how to make your driver, and as long as you follow those and make a driver when the application is open, you can join these races. The AI will race your driver. In this season, everything is kind of equal, so you don't need to worry about that. We're basically just watching the AI destroy everyone's hopes and dreams. That's kind of what this is, Booger. This is the first qualifying division. Now, because we have a qualifying division that I'm planning to run tomorrow too, that isn't filled up, if you make an application today by following the link in the Discord, I'll put you in for tomorrow. I'll give you the permission to do that. So go to Discord, tag Floof if you will, because he's really good at helping people, and just put together your driver straight up. This race keeps on getting worse. Like, this is such terrible pace. We shall see if the pace gets worse or better. Currently though, Max is chilling in tent. Are you sure the cars are equal? This is too good. Yeah, Poconel, I'm sure the cars are equal. The thing is, since everyone is... That's the funny part, though. Because most people know how to make a... Oh! Champier almost took someone out there. Most people know how to make a mediocre driver. So if you have too many people make mediocre drivers, put them all in the same car. Okay, then we see another Shadow Realm. Come on. Oh, Mourinho actually had brakes there. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. If everyone tries to make a mediocre driver, then the odds are more people are going to be close to each other than if everyone tries to make drivers for winning, funnily enough. I think that is what's happening here. That's why we're having a bunch of close fights, incidents, everything. More so than anything else. At least AFN is gone even if I'm out. Damn. Been watching your vids a while, but this is new. It's based on something that we've been doing for a while. The Viewer Championship. I do not participate. I commentate. And then we watch the AI do its madness booger, basically. I'm usually a lucky person, but the championship doesn't spare anyone. I love that. This championship doesn't spare a single soul. Look at that. The McLaren sends it. I think mediocre is a generous status to give to my driver. We haven't seen your driver in action yet. Like, Ethan has a 69 rated driver here. But I'm pretty sure Ethan is through as things stand. Is he? No. He needs a couple more points to be through. Like one of them. One more point, Ethan. Get in the points and you're through with a 69 rated driver. You can do it. I believe in you. Or, you know, we get another crash and you get some free points. How many rounds left? This is the final race. It's 4 races in the F2 series, Poconaldo. This is the final race of the first division. And we have a yellow flag.
Now we can see what happened.
McPherson is not having a good time.
Turn 3. The brakes couldn't cope. Just unable to...
Did he wiggle the car there while locking up? Because that's what it looked like. Like he was just wiggling. Dimmadome now with a mechanical fault.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
Yes, thank you for that insightful commentary there, buddy. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because Dimmadome need to drop some positions, so that could actually benefit him. 30 laps to go. Can we get another red flag? Are we going to see some Red Bull on McLaren violins that we've seen so often lately? In reality, could kill my tires now. Yeah, you're a little bit too far up the order here, Poconaldo. You're misunderstanding the assignment, and so is Singh, really. And we have 2 Cosby here pitting. Hard tires till the end. I do believe. Hard tires till the end here for the second Cosby. I think you are going to do something very, very similar here, Poconaldo. We're seeing some swapping here. Quite a lot of it, actually. Ethan now with a mechanical fault. That's not what you needed right now. What can have picked up a mechanical fault for you, Ethan? Let us check. It is actually your engine. That is very unfortunate. When it's 25 points I'm mid, but also when it's 1 point I'm also mid. Ethan here, cursing others and getting cursed himself. He is... Oh. He is figuring out exactly what karma means during this race. Poconaldo, you have entered the pits. There's a hard set of tires awaiting you there. Hard for the Red Bull 2. You're going till the end. Just out ahead of the Mercedes driver here. Jarvis sniped the tires already. Can't you unsafely rejoin soon? Hopefully I undercut the cars behind you. Well, I think you're going to undercut the cars in front of you, to be fair. As David now comes into the pit lane. Medium tires. That's an interesting choice. They should last 25 laps, but going to force him to take it a little bit calmer than the hard runners. Gaps are forming now with these pit stops. And Hayes is the next car in line. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Hey there, Mike. Is this the last race? Yes, it is the last race of the first division. Booger, as I said, if you read the rules for Season 8 and you make an application, I'll put you in the second division tomorrow. It still has open slots. I saw a yellow flag there from Ethan.
This is what happened. Now with the Haas.
Did y'all know it went at 100 control?
Oh no, that's not quite what they would have wanted.
Well, Ethan, you failed to unsafely rejoin for a part, which is very, very unfortunate. Bolo, medium tires. Medium tires. Oh, slow stop here for McLaren. Actually wanted that slow stop, I think. That might actually benefit them in the long run. Where's my red flag when I need it? Honestly, Pocanaldo, you want a red flag right now because you're going to start eating away at the cars ahead. What a bummer the slow cut didn't work. Yeah. Hope you and Eric are doing well, Mike. Right now, we've had some interesting crashes here in Austria. We've had 2 unsafe rejoins that have taken out 4 cars. Ronaldo is doing the race of his life here in a situation where he really, really doesn't want to. Hopefully I stay behind these cars. No, you don't. You just fly by them like they didn't exist. Currently, David is chilling intent. I don't think Ethan... I think you need a miracle, Ethan, unfortunately, at this point. You need someone to die. Preferably 4 cars ahead. Someone please unsafely rejoin, yeah. Alpine finally understood the assignment. Yeah, we gave... Alpine solved the question. Sadly, the teacher's already written a new one. They didn't realize. Soft tires for Singh with 20 laps to go. I know. I mean, it makes sense. It is doable. Mourinho is doing the same. How long are they going to keep Ethan out? Because, yeah. It's starting to become troublesome, and there aren't really too many cars that are close enough here to really cause problems. And right now, to Cosby is net first. Just straight up. Pocanaldo net second as things stand. Both of these guys need a red flag just so they can get shuffled down the order. Oh, the mechanical fault has reappeared. It got fixed for a second, then it came back.
Oh dear, that's not a good stop.
Pit stop issue for McFasters in here. VCOM just not having a good day. 24 seconds off the pace. The Mimic now comes in. And Pierre comes in. Soft tires, clean stop. Ethan now also comes in. Soft tires for the Sauber, clean stop. What about the Haas? Clean stop. Needs to now find... How much time do you need to find it to get it up to 10th? Then I need to somehow find 26 seconds. Oh, you really just need 11. You're going to need to find 24 seconds in 17 laps. I wish you luck on this endeavor. Quick question: did me and David have a free pass to F1 for being constructor champs last season? We decided that we're gonna get rid of that system, Mike. So Unfortunately, no free passes this time around, or rather from last season. It was basically decided last season that they were being phased out. I probably didn't announce it anywhere, which is my fault. But yeah, there's no free passes at the moment. Would I be safe if I'm P2? So, Poconaldo at the moment, you are not P2. But I think you might be. You are basically safe even if you're not P2. So, you're okay at the moment. I'm leading, it's beautiful. You're about to get a puncture. And that didn't last long either. We also have ore farming here. Going for that same puncture. I don't know what's going on here. They are going a little bit long. And with that, Poconaldo moves up to second. But yeah, with that, you are safe, as I mentioned. I think 25 points or so is going to be the cutoff here, really. Or if you get through or not. And you're already at 25 points. So as long as you score just a couple, you'll be okay. I'm Danger Man. It was before I paid it. Ah, sorry. You are currently in 10th, though. You're actually living your best life at the moment. Sorry for misremembering. Okay, no problem. Just to clarify, I believe my driver. Yeah, I should have been more clear about that. But basically, since we got more and more people, we decided to just phase those passes out. And just make it merit-based. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with the Viewer Championship going forwards. I'm a little bit uncertain. Dimmadome finally finds the pit lane. Yeah, Pakistan in the pit lane, so you're not wrong. He did go last to first. Vice Dimmadome, not Doug. Vice Dimmadome. Up to 13th tier. Needs to find 10 seconds to get into the good points here, if you will. Danger Man now up into 8th place. Pushing a little bit too aggressively, I think, but aura farming here. Could get a puncture, 21%, and is doing another lap. We are doing another lap here. Hayes moves forwards, goes off track even. McLaren side by side behind here, and one gets sent to the gravel realm, as it were. But because he's 2-3 seconds slower, there we go. The puncture is a fact. Because he's 2-3 seconds slower, the other McLaren catches up immediately. Into the pit lane you go. That is unfortunate. Bill Sauber. But with that, DSB has been promoted to 10th place here. Is Mourinho going to be able to fight for 10th? Is Vice Dimmadome going to be able to close down that 6-second gap with 11 laps to go? Potentially, yes. Really needed the Aura Farmer here to block him a little bit more, though. I'm going to walk my dogs now. Thanks for the stream, Nero, and it's good to have you back. Stay well, everyone. Have a good walk with your dogs. Hope you get to calm down and forget about all the pain the game has caused you today. Have a good evening, Edster. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Can my tires die already? Current standings. DSB takes the win, 2 points ahead of Harmon. And 5 points ahead of Danger. It's still a close fight, 10 laps to go. A lot of things could still happen here. And Ethan's mechanical fault has shown up once again. Yeah, Poconaldo, I think your best bet here is to try and win. No joke. Because you are not getting shuffled far enough back here that it's going to matter. Is it top 8 that goes through? It is top 10. It is the top 10 that goes through. You could also crash out here, like DNF. There are 3 cars involved right now. One of them is Singh. Still plenty of time for one of you guys to lock up and take the other 2 with them. As you bully Singh into the side here. But Max is catching up. David is catching up. This is going to be a 7-way fight for the win, potentially, because of the fact that this is overtaking and re-overtaking, just getting held back so much. Danger Man up into 4th here now. The McLarens are just chilling in 10th and 9th. Mourinho is there too. Vice Dimmadome is going to get into this fight by the end of it. But yeah, we're actually having a genuine 7-way fight here for the win with 6 laps to go. It is kind of wild. Of course, if David doesn't hold everyone up too much. McFast is still in, so I can still go through M11. Through. I'm back. How did Cosby get into the lead? Just by being fast. Really? Nothing really more special than that. Ethan with another mechanical fault. What's going on with your car? Is it just swapping fault? Yeah, look at this. Okay. I think we've had 4 messages of you having mechanical faults, so... My ERS is acting up. My ERS is acting up. My engine is acting up. Mourinho now. 10th place. DSB has been pushed out of the points. Not good for him. Vice Dimmadome. Oconaldo now gets what he wanted, down to 5th. But down to 7th. That is going to be so much confidence lost that this is going to lead to a lockup now going into the corner. Oh. A little bit of confidence back, but that is still going to be low confidence, losing 7 positions. Well, 6 really. Got 1 back. Are we going to see some Alpine specials here? Could still fall down to 8 here as things stand. Oh, that's some wheel banging. Bullies his way through, and someone, I think, died for it. Max with a spin, so...
Now here we are, tackling turn 3.
You wheel banged him, and then he spun out.
Not a mistake they'll want to make again.
You wheel banged him, and then you spun him out. Now you're in 5th. Gonna end up with less points than if you finish 2nd. That is, not a great look, to be fair. Vice currently in 10th, 3 laps to go. Danger Man has somehow just powered through to potential win here. Oconaldo is still not giving up. Really should give up for his own sake. Really, everyone should just give up for their own sake. We have Mimic and DSB, as well as Doug here, fighting for that 10th place. I want to pit from the lead. Oh. Yeah, just a 5-second penalty for that spin attempt. Damn. Are we going to see McLaren or McLaren violence? It is Ty, after all, that is in line here to win at the moment. He has Daly right behind him. Are we going to see some violence here from the McLaren brothers? Final lap has begun. Danger Man in the lead, followed by David, followed by Cosby, Singh, Hayes, Molobolo, then Poconaldo in 7th. Poconaldo wants to stay in 7th. We'll have to see how that goes. Mourinho, Vice Dimmadome, who is going for that 8th place. And then we have the 2 McLarens finishing out the points here. And they will be fighting for that 10th place finish. Looks like Cosby has been pushed a little bit wide here, and he has in fact been done that. Are we going to get an unsafe rejoin? No. Cosby. You gotta be joking. He unsafely. I'm sorry for laughing, but that is wild. Couldn't win, decided to just drop down the order, which is what you should do. And with that, Ronaldo now is very, very unhappy at the current state of affairs. Dangerman takes the win here. David is going to come second. A 1-2 from the Williams crew. Singh gets third. Molabolo gets fourth. Hayes comes in fifth. Ronaldo ends up in sixth. Very angry at that. Then we have two Cosby, Vice Dimmadome, and Mourinho. And then we have the Mimic here getting 10th with DSB getting 11th. With that, our season has reached its conclusion. But yeah, sorry, that was just so funny to me like that Cosby. Or rather, Pocket went wide and allowed everyone to just drive by him. I think Petrov might have taken the title. We'll see in a second. Shocking race, absolutely shocking. Alpine has launched a protest against Mercedes for racing.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that it's not going to be your race.
That was
Let us see here where we end up. So these are results of the race. Danger Man here basically did a last to first. Here with David. Shame that it isn't a last to first championship here. And yeah, Cosby went from basically getting 8 points as maximum to getting 10. Took that away from Poconaldo at the end here. Just snatched it out of his hands and laughed all the way to the bank. With that though, the Driver Championship. Let's see where everyone finished. Singh takes the title here. McLaren boys with this result jumped up to second and third. Here fourth. And we have Dangerman, Vice Dimmadome, Too Fast, Too Cosby, Poconaldo, Hayes McPherson, who will not move on to F1. Then we have David, and our final applicant here is Keith Hayes, I do believe. Although, as you can see, equal on points with both Ethan and the real Max here. So Hayes gets through by basically virtue of the game saying that, okay, you did best. A three-way split here, potentially. And yeah, we'll just have to live with that, I think, unfortunately. That is a little bit unfortunate for Max and Ethan, but that is just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. A close fight altogether. All through the championship, I dare say. With 5 points separating top 5. And the last car through here, not really separated by anything. So we'll take a look at that, how we want to do this. It's a little bit unfair, but I might give both Max and Ethan here a spot in Div 2. Just because they are equal on points with Hayes. But I'll think about that, we'll discuss it and figure it out. Bolomolo here did score points at the end. Unfortunately, it was not enough for Edson to live off his stream as being the only race winner, quote unquote, who finished last in a season. McLaren takes the F2 title after an insane comeback here. Ahead of RB, Williams third, then we have Red Bull, Haas, Mercedes, Alpine, Ferrari, Sauber, Aston Martin. And with that, that is all I have for tonight. But yeah, I'll have to see what I do. I'll figure something out, make a decision either tonight or tomorrow. And then we'll figure out where we end up. Haru Urara casually have P16, doing an accurate representation of her McKinnon results. True. Ethan preparing to curse Keith and Max for future generations to come. Damn. Just give Max and Ethan an opportunity in the next set if there's room. I'll see what we figure out. I might just do that. Last lap, Petrov struck against us. See you later, Lando. But yeah, I'll think about it. We'll figure it out. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully we'll be able to get the second division done tomorrow. I'll have to see. I might have something come up. I don't think so. But I don't want to promise something that I can't hold because there's been a lot of that. Simply because life keeps on making me busier than I need to be. But hopefully we'll be back to tomorrow to finish off the F2 divisions. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you all very much for watching. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. Both of those things help me out a ton. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.